Gasp! Ooh. Are we doing like a thing? Yeah.
Spooky.
I mean.
Hi, folks. We are riding a high from Aragorn gifting so many subs and then weirdness following suit. Thank you so much, folks.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
much appreciated.
Hopla! Is that what just happened? Hopla!
How's everyone feeling
Good.
on this night of nights?
Like, I should check to see if I can get in on this hype train that's inevitably
Choo-choo.
Please do.
I believe it's called the Aragorn Express. That's what that's called.
The weirdness caboose.
I want to. You know what? I'm gonna let that sit there. Actually.
Well, welcome to session 1 of 2 of a very short novella of Gothic Society, which is an expansion on Good Society by Storybrewers RPG. Good Society is a Jane Austen role-playing game, collaborative storytelling, and Gothic Society is a little bit darker. We have a new face over there. I was like across the table, but you don't know what
hey.
this table is. This is someone that may be recognizable to some of you, might be brand new to others. You want to introduce yourself, Jess?
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm excited to be back here. It's been a long time.
You have a very new haircut.
I do. It's very true.
It's getting a lot of love in the chat already.
Well, thank you.
That's Jess?
Shout out to our new follower as well, whose handle I've already forgotten. It started with a Sha. But anyway.
Hal.
Shalinia.
Shalinia?
It's Hal.
Hi! Oh, is it S? Halinia?
It's Hal.
Hal!
Anyway. Hello. There you go.
I'm gonna make a request out there in Chatland. Once again, we're using different microphones than before. This is our second attempt at it. If you do hear audio anomalies or if things don't sound the way that they should to your ears, please do let us know as specifically as you can. Instead of saying, something sounds weird, tell us what sounds weird, and we'll see what we can do about making things right.
As an example, John sounds a little quieter than everybody else, or Liz sounds like her mic isn't turned on necessarily, that kind of stuff.
Classic.
Much appreciated. We also need to give a massive shout out to somebody who is not currently visible on screen, but whose presence is felt on, which is Kate. Kate made the overlays and just programmed a new Discord bot to give people alerts of when RPGClinic has gone online, and it is working phenomenally for announcing this. So thank you, Kate.
Yay! And yeah, the bot fired right away, and it was awesome, which is very cool. I think.
Yeah, I guess Kate can hear everything.
Ooh, spooky.
Kate,
And is taking notes.
Kate, does this mean that I should up the gain on Liz's microphone?
Liz should work on
Well, because that microphone is typically one that I use. Hold on.
Yeah,
it. I was being so careful.
I know. I got a lot of. Perfect.
Don't lecture me about mic control, y'all. I had a great voice acting year.
Yes, it's true. Can confirm.
Check.
Check.
I just wanted to be
I
included.
just wanted to be included. That's all.
You know what's really important when it comes to being included? Something we should always include every time we have a game. And that is safety cards. Hi, everyone. We have a safety system in place using cards to allow for maximum safety from us, by extension, maximum fun. You at the in the audience do not have these cards, but you do have options. I'm going to get to them in a second. Yoink. Here we go. Yes. So the play card, or the green card, is basically saying that despite all appearances to the contrary, I am enthusiastically consenting to what is going on right now, and I am A-okay to continue. The yellow card or the pause card means everybody hold up, need to get the attention of the table. I need to make you aware of something. And the red card is a stop card. I am not okay to continue. For us, that usually means we'll go to a BRB screen and discuss amongst ourselves. We will only resume playing if everybody at the table says that it's okay. What do the viewers have as safety tools? Well, there's a few things you can do. You could whisper RPGClinic. That will be seen by all of us. You could whisper one of our moderators, and today we have Aragorn and Kung Fu Fenris in the chat. Hello, you two. Thank you very much for being here. And the last thing that you can do is you can always turn off the chat or you can leave the stream. Of course, we would be sad to see you go, but you have to prioritize your safety as much as we have to prioritize ours. And that... For that whole thing, you could have read this handy thing. If I can, there you go. Ah, yeah, just like that.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you. I would turn it off. Let's see. I'm gonna see about this. Show cycles. Go back. Yeah, I got it. All right, fixed. Okay. So, we have already had a session 0 for this game, and what that entails is everybody creating their major characters. Mm-hmm. Everybody across from me has a major character that they control. They also have what are called connections. Now, connections are minor characters in the story that basically exist to complicate major characters' lives. These could be would-be suitors. These could be people to whom they are financially dependent. These could be relatives, whatever. So everybody is playing somebody else's connection, which is really cool. And also amongst themselves, they have relationships that are pre-established. Good Society is really good about having a deck of cards that is, they dictate desires, they dictate relationships. There's a deck of connections, so you really can get a game of this up and running pretty easily. And there are some tweaks in terms of the Gothic elements, but you'll see that in play. Does anyone have any questions before we get started?
Where'd you get your cape?
It's a really good question. I don't remember. It was a really long time ago, and I think it was from... it was from a store on St. Catherine that I really loved, and then it closed, and it broke my heart.
Oh, okay.
As happens.
But now you wear the cape in celebration of the time that you spent there.
I do.
And
Every time I go apple picking, if it isn't too cold, I like to wear this.
apple picking.
Right.
Unbelievable.
It's an apple picking cape.
So a very specific 2 weeks a year. That's like valid, but that's cool. Yeah, I like it.
What she's not telling you is that she also wears this cape to hunt man.
This is true.
Oh, which is a much longer season.
The most dangerous game.
The most dangerous game of all. It's true.
Do you in the audience have any questions before we get things started?
How are you feeling, Liz?
Nervous but excited.
Yay!
Yay! And just delighted to be telling stories with you fine folks. Okay. Without further ado, let's move you over. Oh, hold on. Let's change to your character names. Yay.
Yay!
Lord Burnsby is dead.
Ooh.
In his last will and testament, he requests that a select number of beloved friends, colleagues, and acquaintances gather at his estate, Nettlehearth Manor, to pay their respects. Guests are invited to a wake, an elaborate dance, and dinner. Nettlehearth, it should be noted, is a half-day's ride from the nearest town of Habishire. I am clipping on the plosives. Shit.
Just keep talking.
All right. I won't keep talking. But what if I use P's and B's and how is it now, everyone?
Oh.
Is it so bad that I should be starting again? Poopies and bees.
That's what we're on about here, Aragorn. I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Check, check, check. I'm going to say plosive, and I'm going to say balderdash. How does it sound now?
Lavinia Blarnley. Bledward.
That sounds
Blarlow.
great.
Keep us posted.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to start again because I want a clean intro. Lord Burnsby is dead. In his last will and testament, he requests that a select number of beloved friends, colleagues, and acquaintances gather at his estate, Nettlehearth Manor, to pay their respects. Guests are invited to a wake, an elaborate dinner, and a dance. Nettlehearth, it should be noted, is a half-day's ride from the nearest town of Habishire. It has therefore been arranged that guests will spend the night in the comfortable and richly furnished guest rooms. Amidst the revelry, flirtations, and sparkling glances, whispers begin to circulate about the cause of Lord Burnsby's demise. Was it natural causes? An accident? It is to be a closed casket wake, but could that be a coincidence? Some guests are beginning to whisper grimly that he was yet another victim of an entity known as the Evil, foretold by an ancient scroll that has been picking off members of the wealthy class one by one. And it is at this wake that we begin. A novel chapter. For our first cycle, it is mandatory that it be an event. And an event is, as one would suggest, an event that involves all of the major characters. So in this case, it is going to be the end of Lord Burnsby's wake. Everybody arrived at Nettlehearth Manor, and the first thing that was done is you were ushered into Burnsby's private chapel and all settled into pews. And the wake began. People spoke very warmly yet somberly about the man. The casket did remain closed the entire time and is now being lifted and taken out of the chapel by the pallbearers. Remaining are a number of guests seated on pews. And the first one that the camera is going to focus on is this gentleman right here.
And it's fall?
It is late fall.
Late fall,
There's
so
a nip in the air.
there's nip.
Yeah.
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 Just wanted to make sure how much nip we're dealing with.
Lots.
Lots of nip?
Loads.
Loads of nip? Like uncharacteristically nip?
No.
So standard
Typical nip.
Typical nip. Okay.
Tip nip.
Yeah.
Tip nip?
Are we all hearing this? Out there, you all hear this.
And is when you say that it's the end of the wake, that it's more like the end of the actual
The
ceremonial, like
funeral ceremony.
the funeral
we'll say,
ceremony.
yeah.
Okay, but we're not burying him today.
It is a private burial.
Rip.
The guests are just encouraged to get right to celebrating.
Like, are we looking at, for lack of a better term, is this a celebration like a big party
It is a
kind of
big
wake? So
party.
he was that kind of guy.
He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, we were invited
The
for
kind
a
of guy who
like a
invited like the
banquet and a-
entire nearby town to his wake, to a weekend of celebrating him, and he kind of would consider anybody in the town as one of his dearest friends. Like he was one of those people.
dinner and dancing.
Yep, dinner and dancing, stay overnight. No doubt there will be a nice brunch the next day. Maybe some garden bowls.
And we are expected to stay the night here.
You are heavily encouraged to stay the night. It is quite a ways ride, and the roads are a little treacherous with the mists.
Don't go out after dark.
Those classic
The
fall
mists.
mists.
Yes, the miss.
Yeah. Myth.
Well, I mean, I think that it's pretty obvious what needs to happen here then. We're going to have to make sure that the party starts with a certain liveliness to it.
And who is it that's speaking right now?
Me. Not my character. I'm speaking out of character.
perfect. I thought you were already in character.
No.
Like, oh, he's so...
So, like, matter of fact. So, just out of curiosity, how many people are here?
Let's say that there are 30.
Okay.
All right. Now, when I say people, I mean, of course, the people who are here to celebrate, not the people who are here to serve.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
They don't exist.
Wait.
Well, then at that point, I think a few drinks are in order. I'm just going to grab one of the serving plates from one of the people who should be serving, and I'm just going to make a big show of like going around to everybody and just making sure that they've taken one. Oh, look, what a lark. I'm serving.
And we'll take a pause for a second just to introduce each character before we get underway. So who is this lively gentleman?
Well, now, my name is Dr. Carl Gross. I've come across from the colonies to return here. After all, my betrothed is present here in jolly old England. But I was a friend of the good Lord who has since passed on. He has always been a patron of my studies. You see, I'm a bit of a man of science over here, and lately I've been working on ways in order to improve the constitution of mankind.
And sitting nearby, also on a pew, is...
My name is Lavinia Varney. I'm in my mid to late 20s. I'm from Habishire, where I run a haberdashery that I own. I sell ribbons and hats that I make. And I'm here with my Uncle James and my beloved, Lucy. And I believe that something is afoot here. And I'm quite nervous about it. And that's all I'm going to say about myself. There's nothing else going on.
Do you have one question for you? Could this Lavinia Varney be the same Lavinia Varney that we met several years ago in a playthrough of Good Society?
She sure is.
Yay! Fantastic. And that brings us to our final major character.
Towards the back of the chapel, sort of on one of the pews, probably sitting alone, I imagine, is a tall, sallow, not sallow, but just like a little kind of bit of a sunken face gentleman. He's got a large hat, like a top hat almost, that he's pulled down to sort of conceal his dark hair and his curious eyes. This is Edward Marlowe. I've arrived from London. I was also an acquaintance of the Lord Burnsby's. Nailed it. And, well, like everyone else, I'm here to celebrate the man's life. There are definitely... Edward is taking in the group of people here in the chapel. He's sizing everyone up. And his eyes have landed on both Lavinia Varney and Dr. Carl Gross. Well, I'm evil now, okay?
That's the coffin making its way across the moors.
All right. Good.
Thank you, everyone. Somebody uncomfortably tall, so much so that they have to stoop to get under the rather substantial stone arches leading into the chapel, clears their throat. If you could all make your way to the dining room, dinner is served. This is Grable, the head of Burnsby's household.
Grable?
Grable.
Love it. Love that.
Good.
Well, I'm going to set the tray down then. Dinner's far more important than being a servant on a lark.
Maybe some people have started picking at the hors d'oeuvres on your tray all the same.
Yes, but now I'm no longer interested.
That's fair.
I was just here to get the party started. Now that it's started, it's time to move on. I'm going to head on into dinner.
Sidling up to you and immediately linking her arm around yours is your betrothed, Bertha.
Oh, are you still here?
She wears a little bonnet. She has dark hair. Her eyes sparkle and just often return to you.
Aw.
Yes, I am. Hello. I was, would you like to go to dinner?
I think we were told.
Are we sitting next to each other?
Yes, Bertha, we're sitting next to each other.
Oh. Wonderful.
Difficult.
Smile, dear, smile.
It's not my fault that you decided to stay here for the past 6 months.
Whatever problems we may be having, we have to keep up appearances. And she kind of makes sure that she's smiling to anybody who happens to look their way.
Yes, appearances. The most important matter in any sort of gathering like this.
There might be an ascot rustling. Is there?
I mean, I'm the only one who's wearing.
You're not wearing it as a
Silver
rappel. As a rappel. As
What?
a lapel. I can't even.
No, that's true.
Let us know if it persists, Aragorn, please. So she laughs as if you just made the best joke ever. Oh, darling, you're so funny. Come on. She like tries to hustle you over to the dining room, just like looking like she's having the time of her life.
You knew that this was a bad idea for me to be here. My experiments are waiting for me.
No, I wouldn't know anything about your experiments. You don't tell me anything, dear.
Point.
Yes, that's what I thought. Come on. I don't want to miss the appetizers.
I'm going to, or sorry, Edward is going to approach Lavinia in long strides and kind of stand near her and incline his head. As I live and breathe, Lavinia Varney.
Why, if it isn't Mr. Marlowe. Sorry, Detective Marlowe, is it now?
He looks around a little like, you don't have to use that word here with me. It is.
What has it been? 10 years? More?
We'll call it 10 and leave it there. I have heard of your engagement.
Ah, yes. To Lucy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is Lucy here? Actually, good question.
Lucy
Was
is currently circulating, making sure that she's listening to anybody who has any forlorn stories about
Oh, perfect.
Lord Burnsby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, dear.
I just want to listen, that's all. Everyone here clearly loved him so much. Just want to be a part of it. I'm not even there.
Go and listen to some more stories, Lucy.
Fuck.
Yes, well, have you been well?
Quite well, thank you. It's been an interesting few years, as I'm sure it has for you as well. The consulting detective business is not one I would have thought to find myself in, but London is awash with mystery, and that is very exciting for someone like myself.
I'm sure it is.
But I'm looking forward to a weekend of, relaxation is perhaps not the right word, but a weekend to celebrate old friends and new.
Well, I hope I am included in that.
Of course.
Excellent. I'm also doing well.
Whoop! Edward notices his faux pas and shifts uncomfortably in his creaky ass shoes.
You're still walking to the dining
Oh,
room.
sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Yeah.
It's a long stride.
The old walk and talk. It's a very big manner.
Walk and talk. That's good to hear. I assumed with your upcoming marriage, your business, your life here in Havisham,
You know about my business.
I have made it my business to keep myself apprised of the goings-on here, yes.
It's a lovely hat you're wearing.
Oh, thank you. Beaver pelt, he says, and pets it. Puts it back on. Oh, good lord.
If that's a darling beaver you have.
Well, all right. You know what? I started it. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Lucy's going to sidle up. It wouldn't be appropriate for her to still be wearing a veil at this point. We've started to eat and drink.
We have, unless she's feeling particularly dramatic.
No, she's the
You know Lavinia.
she's the comforting type.
Lavinia's gonna be wearing a veil all weekend, right?
Just slipping food under it.
I'm just so sad.
Perhaps hiding some scars. Who knows?
What?
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 We're going to miss the appetizers.
Yes, you're right, dear. I'm sorry.
Please come. And
Have you
of
met-
course, Inspector, Detective,
Detective Marlowe, at your service. Edward, to my friends.
It's good to see someone here from the yard. Does that exist yet?
It does
Say
exist,
yes,
but
yes, it does.
I'm loosely associated with Scotland Yard. I count many of their inspectors to be good friends of mine. But I
Yes.
wouldn't say it's an official visit, if you catch my meaning.
Perish the thought. Won't you come with us?
Of course.
Just on the other side, behind this very tall detective, is a short, stout person who is standing right behind you with a magnifying glass.
What?
Excuse me. Detective Marlowe, right?
Excuse me for a moment. And he turns and bows.
They pull out their notebook. I've been following your cases across the country.
Have you?
Yes, my name is Anna.
Anna, it is a pleasure to meet you. When you say you've been following my cases, what do you mean? He tries to, sneak a peek at the notebook itself.
Oh, well, you can...
Oh, okay, sure, I'll take a look.
I've been following you since you left London.
Well,
And I just want to say, I'm a really big fan of yours. And did you know about Nettlehearth before?
Lord Burnsby and I are old acquaintances. We've known each other for some time, and I have not had the pleasure of visiting this place before. No.
It's very aptly named, if I might say so myself. It's a herbaceous plant, nettle,
Oh, nettle.
is which has jagged leaves and covered with stinging hairs. It can also mean to annoy someone or provoke them or irritate them, but that's not what I think it means in this case. But yeah, very fascinating.
Words can sometimes hide additional meanings, yes, as can the names of manners like these.
Wow, you're so smart.
Oh, thank you so much. Are you a friend or acquaintance of Lord Burnsby's as well?
No,
Just here.
I'm don't tell anyone, but I'm party crashing.
Oh.
I came here just for you.
I definitely look around to be like, did anyone hear that? That doesn't sound good. And you'll have to be off then later this evening, I imagine, to return to your home after the festivities.
There are plenty of rooms for everyone.
Oh, excellent! I can't wait. I'm going to get my own room. For once, I won't have to
Grable has
share it
already
with
drifted away.
Sure.
with my sister.
Ah, yes. of
Yes.
course. Well, Anna, it's an absolute delight. Pleasure to meet you.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Sincerity in the eyes,
oh.
but perhaps not in the smile.
Why don't you join us for dinner? I'm sure that you and the good detective would have much to discuss over... I don't even know what the appetizers are.
What would you like them to be?
Crab cakes. Were you not? You weren't asking me, were you?
That works. Sure, it can be a
Crab cakes.
themed.
I didn't say it was
We were
themed.
talking about an octopus on the walls, so let's say crab cakes and then an octopus main
Okay, sure. What?
and a lobster bisque.
Lord Burnsby
it's part of the
was
cooking,
much the fan of seafood.
Of
apparently.
course, yeah. It's not even coastal.
We'll reserve a seat for you.
Oh, why, thank you. That's very kind. I can't wait.
Come along, detective.
Oh, goodbye. See you later.
Shall we jump ahead to dinner?
Yes, of course.
I think Christine's perceptive enough to see that the good detective may not necessarily be wholly enamored with his new fan.
Anna? Yeah.
So she's going to arrange that Anna's seat is close to, but not next to the detective.
Thanks. Thanks, friend. Appreciate it.
That's fair.
The loud tapping of a cane can be heard as somebody makes their way into the dining room and sits at the foot of the table.
Also known as the head. Depends on the perspective.
To all of you, it's the foot.
Okay, I understand. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
And this is a woman in her 70s, hunched with a perpetual scowl on her face,
boy.
and her sharp gaze rakes across the room and settles on Edward, and her eyes narrow a bit, and then she just sits down and helps herself to the bisque.
Heck, I mean, before I take my seat, I would be rude not to pay a visit, a quick, just to drop a quick word of greeting to Lady Merivale. Lady Merivale.
Edward.
And then I go back to my. No, I'm just kidding. I am very pleased to see you here.
Yes, well, I do not enjoy wakes, so I skipped this one and thought I'd arrived in time for dinner.
A very wise choice.
I see you were able to get here on time.
The travel from London was not difficult, but lengthy.
Quite.
Lady Merivale, did you know the Lord quite well?
Burnsy and I were old friends. He wouldn't mind that I'd missed his funeral service.
No, I'm sure you celebrated him each and every day.
Of course I did. Do I not seem the jovial celebrating type to you?
Some might mistake your outward appearance for the prickly thorn of a rose, but I only see the inner beauty of that same flower.
Some might mistake your outward appearance for a competent detective.
I click my heels and nod my head. Well, perhaps we should eat then.
Good day.
Edward takes a seat
Goes
in
back to her
a
biz.
remarkably worse mood than when he stood up. Holy shit! What the hell?
All right, so how close do you think you all are sitting to each other? I know some of you had agreed to sit together for dinner.
I think I'd probably let myself get dragged to wherever the hell Bertha wanted me to sit.
I think she'd be pretty keen on sitting next to the most prestigious people there, whoever that may be.
I mean,
All right.
dare I say it would be the visiting detective from London? Dare I?
It could be.
Could be on one side anyway, perhaps.
Could be. Have you two seen each other yet?
I've seen Dr. Gross. Whether or not Dr. Gross has seen me is another question entirely.
I see you, Jake Sully.
That's another time, another life.
Now listen, it's really an awful tragedy if Lord Burnsy had... Now you've got me calling him.
Burnsy! Everyone's gonna call him Burnsy.
If he could have just held on for another month or two, he might have been saved.
Saved how?
We are ever so close to just understanding how to unlock the inner constitution within all of us.
Oh, here we go.
No, don't say that. We have in our possession not only the will of the mind to keep ourselves illuminated in God's green earth, but at the same time, that will, the fire within us, could potentially keep ourselves hale and hearty, moving forward. We could extend our lifetimes by generations, and we are so close to the answer. It's my hope that soon we won't have to use one of these wakes until we have simply grown tired of this kingdom and wish to see the next.
Doctor, you've heard the expression, curiosity killed the cat, I presume?
I've also understood that satisfaction could shut you up. You know I'm right.
Doctor, there are some things in this world that, regardless of one's beliefs, if they were meant to be, they would be. They need not be forged by the hands of people.
Yes, and if we all listened to people like you, we'd still be running around in caves somewhere.
You have to excuse my beloved. Bertha just, tries to block the view between Edward and Dr. Gross.
As Bertha does this, I'm going to reach into my waistcoat and pull out a small flask and just, take a swig from it, just put it back in.
It's been a very long journey, and it is quite cold, and he did enjoy the company of Lord Burnsley ever so much, so please forgive his sharp tongue.
It seems to be a case of sharp tongue going around.
Burnsley understood what I was trying to accomplish. He was very generous in making sure that this research could continue.
And what is the research?
This is, and then I will introduce Dr. Carl Gross. This is Miss Lavinia Varney. Varney? Miss Lavinia Varney from
At least it's on the screen.
Havershire. Yeah.
Absolutely charmed. Ms. Varney. Miss Varney. Probably Miss still at this point? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ms. was really a term that kind of came across later.
Yeah. Mrs. Who.
Miss Varney, perhaps I could show you a demonstration. It's a lovely hat that you are wearing.
Thank you, I made it myself.
And you are a haberdasher of some skill?
Yes, I am.
Do you continually wish that you could improve upon your haberdashery?
Sure.
You striving for greatness?
Of course.
It is an absolute tragedy, however, that the ravages of time will steal the ways that your fingers can remain still as you work upon your magic.
Darling, honestly, over dinner?
The ravages of time will steal the sharpness and keenness of your intellect and mind, so that your own genius will fall by the wayside. And if I could tell you that it would be nothing but a simple draft or a cocktail or perhaps a snuff, and that would be enough to keep you alive at the sharpest peak of your ability, would you say that that is research wasted? Would you say that it's a topic unbecoming? Or would you reach out and grasp it, knowing that you could be the perfect Miss Varney for as long as you wished?
I mean, no one's perfect, right? We all have our flaws, or...
Too true. Doctor, it's an absolutely ridiculous notion, and you'll forgive me for laughing. However lightly, there are some things that we are not meant to know, and while I do believe that you think you have hit upon the elixir of eternal life, I will wait to see proof of it before passing my judgment. We are meant to change. We are beings of change. And what is change if there is no end?
Change is what we're trying to discover. Change is what we're trying to prevent.
I don't really like change.
There's a record scratch at the table. No, I kid.
Sometimes change can be good.
Yes.
When you learn something about someone that changes your opinion of them.
Of course.
For better or worse.
Now, Bertha. There's absolutely no need. After all, Miss Varney was just simply interested in what my field of study is.
Maybe Miss Varney does not need one of your sales pitches over bisque.
I would love to hear what Miss Lavinia Varney is thinking at this moment. if that's something that you'll allow, I'm gonna goes in the pile. Does it go
Yeah, so that just counts as being
The
spent,
pile.
so you can put it in your reserve. Yeah.
spent in this moment?
Perhaps it would be worth speaking to Dr. Gross at some point in private, without all of these onlookers listening in. Can they tell? Or am I hiding it well? Hard to say, really. I'm just going to drink. Drink is good.
Honestly fair.
And we zoom out.
Thank you for the monologue.
Time begins to move again. By now, I would say we're at the dessert course. You know, dinner continues on, and would you say that conversation continues in the same vein, or do you folks allow?
I think that depends. Is Bertha continuing to put up a sassy fuss?
She's very angry that you're talking about your work
Then I'll shut up.
over dinner.
I'll shut up about it. But I'm not going to pay attention to her.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And she starts having like just all the conversations with everybody but you.
So Grable is the head of the household here.
Grable is the head.
Grable is the head of the household. That would make Grable, I assume, that would make them like a head butler or valet or whatever. something like that.
head of the household.
Head of the household.
I'm encompassing
Like a Mr. Cass.
all of like butler and housekeeper duties into this
Okay.
title.
So it wouldn't be strange for me to sort of reach out and like call for Grable to come to the table.
They come on over.
Grable table.
Grable does not sit with you.
No, of course, no, of course.
So Grable stands over you, towering over you.
I simply thought that if we were to have a celebration of Lord Burnsby's life, Burnsby or Burns?
Burnsby.
Burnsby.
No, Burnsley. Burnsby.
Burns with a B, yeah, okay, cool.
Right.
Sorry, yes. If we were to have a celebration of Lord Burnsby's life, I did not know the man beyond a few mere encounters. Perhaps there are some stories that we could share around the table, communally. A sort of a recollection of a life. Like the wake, but with dessert. I encourage laughter, but perhaps there is none forthcoming, I don't know.
Bertha makes a point of laughing uproariously and looking at Dr. Gross.
Do you have any stories?
Attention! We have a request to share stories about his lordship. We will begin with the esteemed Inspector,
Detective.
Detective Marlowe.
Ah. No, I imagine Grable's like literally vanishing into the shadows. Yeah. I stand and grip my glass of wine, probably.
Sure.
Not water.
I would love to see
Oh, God.
Detective Marlowe reveal a little too much with his story.
I will absolutely accept this. Thank you.
Now that becomes, one you can
Oh,
spend.
God, I gotta spend these. I always forget. Well, as I said, Lord Burnsby and I did not know each other very well. I have not had the pleasure of visiting Nettlehearth before. And yet I find myself transfixed by this country. Certainly better than the smokestacks of London. And yet when I think of Lord Burnsby, I cannot help but think of the time that we did spend together. Time investigating old libraries, ancient scrolls, investigating the words of the past and how they might lead us to the future. And so, to that end, I would like to propose a toast with the words of Lord Burnsby himself. To the future, and whosoever survives to it. God.
To the future.
To the future.
Yeah.
And I think you feel like that was a little. Do you feel like that was enough?
I only wanted a little bit.
Okay.
Remarkably done, detective.
He inclines his head.
Instead of like applauding or
just-
cheersing, she just knocks her cane on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I'll take my seat and point. Perhaps to the Lady Merivale. Lady Merivale, you have a long and storied history with the Lord, do you not? You must have some humorous anecdotes.
He loved bees. His late lordship.
Well, sure, he had so many of them in his name.
He's a clever one.
Careful, Doctor, you might kill her with all those jokes.
You could learn something from the good doctor.
I'm getting roasted by an old lady up in here! My God!
He loved bees.
And she sits back.
Alright. Made a point of... Edward absolutely has a small notebook that he keeps in his inside jacket pocket, which he uses to jot something down, which he puts away. I think he would try to conceal this from Anna. That's really good. I think he's going to try to conceal the fact that he has a small pocket notebook from Anna, the fan. Whether or not that's successful remains to be seen.
Are you all right with Bertha noticing that you have a notebook? If maybe you're overcompensating, hiding it from Anna, can Bertha notice?
Oh, for sure.
Cool.
I don't think he's particularly stealthy at a dinner
Means you
party.
get another one of those tokens.
You can take one out of your stash if you want.
I gotta start using these.
Yeah.
Okay. Storm. Truck. Monster truck. Rally. I think that's how that works, right? I could just propose things. All right, sorry, please.
Carl's pulled out, instead of a pipe or a cigar, Carl's pulled out a cigarette, which is not altogether common here in this particular time period.
I'm sure there are people. I'd like to propose that about at least half the dinner party finds it very vulgar.
I mean, that's
Smoking a cigarette at the okay, so then do you need to accept this?
I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. Incredibly.
Bertha is so enraged right now, she just looks away.
It's good for the lungs.
Not everyone's.
As some of you may know, Lord Burnsby helped me out on one or two occasions. So he was a lovely, caring man. And yes.
Surely, Miss Varney.
I was sick.
Oh.
Yep. I fell ill.
Yep.
Oh dear, with what?
Plague?
You had the plague?
Yes. Briefly.
How long ago was this? Like Bertha's starting to kind of inch away.
Well, now, Bertha,
So she's afraid that
it would be rude to presume upon asking after someone's illness once it's passed.
Console consumption. It was consumption. Only consumption.
Only consumption. Fatal disease.
Only!
No, it was just a sniffle.
So I just want to say that I'll give you one of these if you don't take anything back from what you just said. If you'll accept
take
it.
anything back?
Yeah, as in you've literally said plague and consumption
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
And a
yeah,
sniffle.
I absolutely have. Yeah, 100%.
Right. I got better.
I got.
Remember, you can't acknowledge her presence.
Oh, right, of course.
No, damn it.
Well, Miss Varney, I think I speak for all present when I say I am thrilled that you are well and able to join us at this celebration of Lord Burnsby's life.
Yes, of course. We're very happy that you're healthy and here with us.
Yes. me as well. Myself as I'm.
Yeah, that's an underrated comment.
Yeah.
I had a bout of hysteria just last month.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, delicious mousse.
I'm going to stand up. Lord Burnsby understood the need for us to march forward instead of middling about, wondering whether or not we can make do with what we already have. He spoke to me of our plans to build a tower, a spire, just outside the city, a way for us to continue working on the marvelousness that we now appreciate as direct current.
There's an interested murmur throughout the room, maybe.
Now, I cannot tell you what's contained within the last will and testament of Lord Burnsby. Fuck.
Lord Burnsby, fuck.
And I am certain that one of your barristers will be very happy to let us know. But at the same time, I can tell you, he supported the project. We spent many hours late into the night discussing this, and when I arrived by his bedside just before he died, he took one look into my eyes, and as I saw the strength leave his body but not his mind, he told me, "Carl, don't you ever look back." And I don't intend to. To moving forward.
To moving forward.
To moving forward.
I mean, sometimes it's nice if you could go back in time and change something.
Are you a fan of Jules Verne too?
Yeah.
He's existed at this point in time, right? Sure. What is the date?
Well, we're being
question.
nebulous with the time because of when electricity was actually invented. So we're saying mid-1800s.
It's October the 29th.
It's after Scotland Yard.
So like late 1800s?
No, mid-1800s.
Late 1800s? I have no idea when Jules Verne published, so
I wouldn't worry.
hey, look, here's a whole thing. When did Jules Verne die?
What is that, dear?
Direct current.
Someone smarter than you.
She slams her lobster bisque in his face.
He died in 1905, so he would be like 4.
I've heard marvelous things about him. Promising.
Really,
Yeah, it's 18. Time travel. Now that is an interesting concept.
what I wouldn't give to be able to travel back to the deathbed of the man who has passed away under mysterious circumstances. You can put the rumors to rest about...
I wasn't there when he died. I was not his physician.
My apologies.
I merely visited an old friend before he passed.
Oh, so you're not a real doctor.
I'm not even gonna spend a token. Like, there's a deathly silence that falls at the table.
I would love to
This
hear
is
what
absolutely
is going through
horrific.
Carl's mind in this.
If it were anyone else, I would have stood up, vigorously defended my academics and my qualifications as a serious man of science. But considering that this is Lavinia Varney, no. I will laugh it off. But she's the only one with that sort of privilege, and no one else best speak their mind on this subject.
No one else does.
You can hear the sound of band music striking up in the distance. Down a long corridor is the grand ballroom.
Excellent! And I'm just going to make a big show of going blam and lifting myself up from the table.
Bertha puts out her hand as though she's expecting to be escorted to the ballroom, but she doesn't look at you.
I'm not that uncouth. I will take the hand. Come along, Bertha.
Thank you, darling.
Let's see what... Wow. Let's see what we do in the 19th century. Why don't we see what sort of dancing we might be able to do on such a sad occasion as this?
Yes, and, Detective. Would you save one dance for me?
Oh, by all means, Detective. Perhaps you could discover the mysteries of this woman unlike I could.
Every human is but an enigma in their very soul. Has an enigma in their very soul. He like looks to Lady Maribel's just like, fuck, I fucked it up again.
I am a most complex creature, Detective. You see, I enjoy open and frank communication with the person I am in love with. I know, devastatingly difficult to live with.
We all have our likes and our dislikes.
I'd like to hear some more about yours.
I did hear you coughing, Miss Varney. Do you require some air?
Okay. Yes.
No, it's all right. I'll take her outside. We could go for a walk. On the moors.
Yes, dear. Perhaps, later.
The doctor says that you need... Oh, but he's not a real doctor. Never mind. Well, now that's not entirely fair. I am indeed a doctor, just... I am not a practicing physician.
Edward kind of puts his hands out. It's like, I can help here. Miss Varney, if you'll allow me, I can take Lucy and we can enjoy ourselves in the ballroom for a few moments until your return. Does that suit everyone? And if there are any other people...
It looks like we'll be competing for the good detective's affections tonight.
Indeed.
I'm but a poor bachelor.
Well, I don't have
Than you've ever had in your life, Edward. Enjoy it.
I don't know. Her voice has shifted.
Look to Catherine Hepburn, yeah, of course.
Bertha is already swept away to follow Edward, if he's headed off by now.
Yeah.
I would like to suggest that Bertha has had too much to drink.
Fantastic.
Anna also follows eagerly.
Oh, sure.
They follow after you as well.
I feel like it'd be... Yeah, Edward is caught up in wanting to make sure that, like, Lucy's entertained, and, like, Bertha clearly also wants to spend time with him. But he doesn't want to be rude to Anna. There's, like, a real dilemma here. He's trying to juggle. He's trying to juggle 3 people at once. What's a detective to do? But yeah, well, I think we should have a scene at some point with Anna and the detective. Anna and the detective. Whether that's now or not, I'm not sure.
Shall we? Who would like to start? Should we start with the doctor?
He's not doing anything. Or is he accompanying you? Oh, okay, that's what Lucy was doing. Right. Yes, and I'll present my elbow and offer it. Actually, no, I'm going to take your elbow, damn it.
F yeah. Oh, yeah, take that.
I lead us outside for air.
describe the outside however you'd like.
It's dark now and misty. And
The sky is still clear. It's like early evening. So
Early
it's starting to get dark, but that's just because it's a very like dark part of the country.
excellent.
And there's so much mist.
so much mist.
So much.
Just waving your arms around through it.
It's like a fog machine. It's you can't see.
Actually, he probably
Gable
learned the has it.
Grable is standing there, pushing it every.
Time for a move. Oots, 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 oots.
Oh, love them.
I've got Molly for everyone.
Now it's a gothic party. Let's go.
Hit of opium, sir.
Doctor, I hope you'll forgive me for my snide comments earlier.
Oh, now there's nothing to forgive.
Have you encountered many types of situations in your line of work?
Well, now a scientist must be prepared for just about any sort of scenario that might be presented to him.
She steps forward and places a hand on like a stone barrier, like a gate. Have you encountered magic in your time?
Well, now what you might consider magic could as easily be just an unexplained natural phenomena. Or perhaps it is the result of experimentation.
Right.
Do you find yourself magicked?
I find myself cursed.
Cursed?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily speak so ill of Lucy.
No. No. Lucy is wonderful.
No,
I do not mean Lucy.
I wouldn't know.
Oh. Well, that's... Sorry to hear that.
Yes. Why don't you tell me of this curse that you're experiencing?
Well, you see, it all started about 3 months ago. I was walking the moors of the English countryside, as you do, right? A little too late. It was the night of a full moon.
Pulls out a small notebook.
And it's funny, I've had these blackouts. I can't recall certain things happening. I wake up in strange places and I don't know what I've done. This is too much information.
Now,
I'm sorry.
You say that you've been experiencing blackouts, and yet at the same time, you've woken up in strange places?
Yes,
Such as? If it isn't too forward of me to inquire.
a graveyard once. A field of at Elderberry Ridge, of course.
Elderberry Ridge. And do you find yourself, when you wake up, are you alone?
Yes. Sometimes. Her face twists up in horror. Sometimes not.
Sometimes not. Now, do you believe that you have been affected by this curse? By someone else?
Well, yes.
And what would the goal of this curse be? You can't even remember what happened.
I think it's trying to ruin my life.
Ruin your... Well, and at this point, he's going to put the notebook away. Ruin your life?
Yes.
In what fashion? To call your virtue into question, or?
Oh. like virtue.
your honor, your well-to-doness, your...
Sorry, this is foolish of me. This is foolish. I should head back inside.
When you wake up, do you ever have spots of blood? Perhaps underneath your fingernails?
How would you know that?
Do you ever find that perhaps your clothing does not fit as it once did? That you have burst seams, or perhaps that it has been torn in fashions that you do not recall?
I'm not going to speak about my...
Do you ever find that when you
clothing
wake
with
up,
another person...
the
Yes.
adrenaline, you still... Well, we don't know about adrenaline. The taste of excitement, bitterness in your mouth still.
Oh, it's hot. Hot. Very hot out here.
Do you find it hot? It is quite cool. In fact, there is a significant nip.
I'm just, I'm going,
You are not the first.
What? Of course not. Someone has cursed me with it.
I said you are not the first. You certainly will not be the last.
What?
Miss Varney, today is what? It's Wednesday, is it? Or is it Saturday?
It is Saturday night because everyone was invited to spend the weekend.
And if I might inquire,
Of course.
if I look up, I understand that there is considerable mist about, but in case the moon manages to slip between the clouds,
So it's still early enough in the evening that the moon has not come out yet. But a man of science might know what it should be when it does appear.
Miss Varney, when was your last episode? You must recall to the day.
Well, it was, a month ago.
1 month?
Yes.
Or are we speaking of 28 days?
What are you asking me?
I'm asking if the last time you experienced this was on the night where the moon reached its apex. Its apogee.
Yes. I mean, yeah, yes. I think if I recall correctly, I was strolling through the field to collect my thoughts, as I often do at night these days, and...
Do you find it altogether common for people to be able to just wander over the moors at night? Or was it a pull, a yearning, an insatiable wanderlust?
Oh my.
Oh, God.
I'm all, what?
You're unlocking the next stage.
The next stage.
Yes, Miss Varney. The next stage.
I would be curious to spend this resolve token to see what would... I would be curious to know if Miss Lavinia Varney would confront the doctor. In this moment, you've been jerked around enough. He seems to know... Can I use a resolve token to sort of like... I can't really use it to inspire action.
You can use it to compel another character to do something, and that they have to choose whether or not to accept.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd enter the negotiation. What were you looking to see?
To confront the doctor, to speak
like
plainly,
Lavinia to
take a stand and
yeah. So you would offer that to Jess.
that'd be my offer. You can accept with conditions or with
No, I'll accept.
Oh hell yeah! Oh god! Oh my god! It's on Anna's face. I'm so sorry. Sorry Anna.
You know an awful... Bye.
We're just fixing audio.
I'm here.
Farewell.
Do you want to talk to me?
You are not here.
Oh, although if you are, I realize you're in the middle of a scene. Can I discuss something separate with you briefly?
Of course.
Yes. I would love to have a scene at the ball between, if we have the time, of course, between Edward and Anna, on the subject of investigating things.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We will also have a second novel chapter, which we can make a visitation chapter, all made up entirely of two-handers.
Right. That's probably
So
going
we
to
can
make
do
make
that
more
too.
sense. Actually.
Just let me know whether that change that I just made makes any difference in what you're noticing, Aragorn, or if the quality of audio has either increased or decreased.
Just let's all stop talking for a moment.
Thank you.
Let's see if that did anything.
Oh, that's good. Right.
Nice. Let me speak plainly here. You know an awful lot about what I'm going through,
As you asked.
even for a doctor. Oh, okay.
When I say you are unlocking the next level, it is because precisely your condition is what I have been studying. You are aware of the scrolls, are you not?
I've heard of them. I've heard tell of them.
You understand that it is not too likely that we are going to be enjoying one other winter before the evil arrives. It is my fervent wish that there are those who have developed the constitution and strength necessary in order to defeat this evil. And I have been tracking individuals who seem to be evidencing that precise constitution, ferocity, an ability to move beyond human ability. Now, if you were telling me that this is what is indeed happening to you, and if you have not brought it under control, tonight is a very dangerous night for you to be here.
Okay. I'm gonna go back inside, I think. This was nice. And she extends her hand to
Lavinia.
shake.
If she looks over at the manor house, she can see her uncle, James Varney, who accompanied her and her betrothed to the weekend. He's at the window watching the two of them, and he's just making sure that she's okay. He's got a glass of port.
Lavinia, tell me. Do you value the lives of those people in that manner tonight?
Yes, of course.
Do you wish to put them under any risk?
No, of course not.
Then you make your own decision about whether you want to return there or whether you want my help. I'll be waiting.
She scurries away.
He glances at the doctor with a questioning expression and then turns away and goes to meet up with Lavinia to escort her to the ballroom. Was there anything specific you would like to play out at the ball?
No, I think Edward is unfortunately lacking in a little bit of social charm. He likes to think of himself as charming, but I think he's lacking in a little bit of, the sort of more advanced social graces. But to that end, he would be finding time to dance with anyone and everyone who wants to dance with the famed detective from
Bertha
London.
is very eager to dance with him. A lot.
Oh, a lot. Okay,
And
well,
she
his dance
leans-
card has to...
She leans quite heavily into his arms because, you know, maybe that's the best way that she can stand up straight. She's had a little bit of
I
extra
see.
wine
Okay,
at dinner,
Of
yes.
course, yeah. I don't miss my guess.
I want to dance with somebody.
I think
I want to feel the
might be
heat
drinking.
with somebody.
So
but
tell me everything about your life, detective.
there is much to tell, but one life cannot be encompassed in the space of a dance, unfortunately.
Oh, try.
Well, I was born and... No, I'm just joking. I am much more interested in how someone of your character and background managed to meet someone like the good doctor. An American, if you'll pardon the
Do we
expression.
have to talk about him?
No, of course not. That's...
Detective,
Yeah, hit me up.
I want you to give a particularly forward compliment to Bertha.
Okay, sounds good. I have to tell you, and I'm not going to do this, but like I have to tell you, my initial impulse was going to be like, nice breasts! Like, I'm really sorry. Because I just had to...
Decolletage.
Thank you, exactly. I just had to say it because I wouldn't say it out loud.
He just looks, damn!
I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Yes, thank you. I will do so. As they continue to dance, he kind of maybe swoops a little bit of hair out of his way. Out of his
Her
out of,
hair?
No,
Or
his own
his own
hair
hair?
out of his face. You know.
Is he still wearing the beaver hat?
Yeah. There's hair like
Gotcha.
down below it, I think. Bertha, may I just say that it is a compliment beyond measure that someone of your beauty and grace would be asking someone as ignoble as myself for the story of their life.
and her knees get a little weak and she puts a little extra weight on your arms.
Goodness.
She blushes from face to decolletage.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of blushing.
That's a lot of blushing. Oh, you're too kind, detective. Please, I'm sure your life is infinitely more interesting than mine. I'm just honored you would spend even a part of your evening with me.
I am very happy to be here at Nettlehearth, always and forever. Whoa! I'm happy to be here at Nettlehearth. As I said before, of course, I had reason to... Lord Burnsby and I spent some time together, and I am always happy to find a reason to leave London.
Oh, you don't like London?
No, I love it there. It's simply a dangerous place.
Oh, you don't seem like the kind of man who runs from danger.
I'm not. Are you acquainted with danger, Bertha?
I would like to be.
Oh, as she says that, I feel like he leans in and whispers, "Do you want to be?" Like at the same, you know what I mean, in the same moment, and they go,
Her
"Ooh."
breath catches.
Oh God! My goodness, are you all right?
I am. Very all right. More all right than I've been in months, in fact.
Bertha, I must tell you something, and I hope that you can keep it in confidence.
I won't tell her so. And she does she crosses right over her decolletage.
Oh.
I think his beaver hat is getting a little taller. You know what I mean?
Askew? Oh no!
Oh, askew. Yeah, okay. I am not just here to celebrate the life of Lord Burnsby.
I knew it. You're here on a case, aren't you?
I want to
Fuck.
spend a resolve token.
Yeah. Hi.
That Anna is nearby.
Ah. Yes.
Is Anna dancing with someone or by themselves, or are they like creeping behind like a vase or something?
They're creeping
I think-
behind a vase, for sure.
I think Lucy is looking for her to try and like find somebody to dance, but cannot find her.
Lucy's looking for Lavinia?
No, for well, I mean, she is keeping an eye out for when Lavinia returns, but she was looking for Anna because she's again trying to make sure that the good doctor isn't being pestered too much, but has lost track of her, and so therefore doesn't get in the way.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, accepted, absolutely. I think absolutely Anna's probably going to overhear part of this.
And they're writing in their notebook as well.
Son of a... Very good. You've heard the rumors. So have I. That's why I'm here. Lord Burnsby was in the prime of his life. Not cut down by disease. Something happened to him. I don't believe that it was murder. Something worse. Something evil.
You don't mean the evil.
That's what I'm here to find out. If that is...
Sorry.
If it is indeed the case, then... Well, we only have two options. We must disprove it, or we must destroy it. That is my raison d'etre for being here. And this... To that end, Bertha, I need to speak to your fiancé. And to you. Privately.
Do you need to speak to both of us together, huh?
No.
Excellent.
Is there any reason why you... Is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to meet me, say, at midnight?
Wow.
I name an old willow tree by the stream that I noticed on the way in. It sags and makes whooshing, creepy sounds.
But the nip, Marlo, the nip.
I'll bring a cloak.
I hope there's room for two.
I'll bring you a cloak. Oh, yeah, it's big,
Like a
big
sleeping
cloak.
bag can we
It's a
share?
big
Yeah,
cloak,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
A sleeping bag. Oh my.
Fantastic. Yeah, Bertha was very excited.
He'll break off and at some point, and at a polite moment, and like not just be like,
She goes to sit down.
Anna swoops in.
"Whoa, hello."
Hello.
Anna, it's wonderful to see you again.
Wonderful to see you too. I thought we should go over the case.
Should we have this case? We're already like waltzing, I feel.
Yeah, they're not very good at it.
Oh no.
They're not really paying attention.
Absolutely
They're also
not.
holding their notebooks still and taking notes between moves.
Anna, what case do you think we're on?
Well, about the evil, right?
I was hoping that rumor wouldn't have spread this far so soon.
Well, I just overheard you.
Oh god, the eyes flick up to Bertha and then back down and then over to Anna.
Bertha's just like fanning herself.
Yeah. What did you hear?
Just that, well, you're going to go meet by the willow tree at midnight, and that you're going to discuss something in private, most likely having to do with the evil, which, who knows what that is yet. And I hear it has something to do with an ancient scroll, but I haven't quite figured out what. And I just was wondering, what is your angle?
I have a feeling, Anna, that you're the kind of person who appreciates being brought in,
I do.
who likes to learn.
Uh-huh.
Allow me to propose a deal.
Okay.
I want you to be my assistant on this case.
They faint.
Oh my god, shit, okay.
Is it a faint or a swoon?
It's a swoon faint.
Okay, oh god.
It's into your arms.
Oh,
a
god.
swaint.
A swaint. I mean, this is probably like causing a bit of a commotion, I assume.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right.
They're all right, everyone.
I
I told you to shower this morning, Edward.
Ew.
There was no clean water in the carriage, Lady Merivale.
Sweet. God.
Anna, in exchange for being my assistant on this case, someone who will be tasked with very important business,
Yes.
learning things, uncovering things, researching the secrets of this manor, I require something from you. I require a promise, an oath, that you will not speak a word of what you heard between me and Mrs. Gross? They're not married yet.
No.
Did Bertha have a last name?
Let's say, I
Did
want to
I-
say Miss Mason, but I can't. That's too Jane Eyre. We're going to do Marson. Perfect.
Okey dokey.
Marson.
Thank you.
Not Marsden.
Miss Marsden.
I'm married to Cyclops.
Yay! You must never breathe a word of what you heard between me and Miss Marston. Marson.
Oh,
Damn it.
of course not. These lips are sealed.
In that case, I present you with a very important task.
Yes. I'm all ears.
I like that expression. You must find out. That's it. No, I'm just joking. You feel it too, at this manor, do you not? There is a pall cast over this place.
Oh, yes.
Something
Yes.
is here that should not be. Find out what Lord Burnsby knew of the scroll. Bernie B! It may be dangerous. And if you are compromised or caught,
Yes.
I can only promise that Scotland Yard will not become involved. But beyond that, there's... I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. I live for danger.
That's several people who have said that to me tonight. Interesting. Very interesting. Does your task suit you?
It does. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to really come into my own here as detective. Detective Anna
Winthrop.
Winthrop.
Oh, fucking perfect. Anna Winthrop.
Detective.
Well, a detective title is something that you earn, and I believe that you will earn it.
Assistant to the detective.
Unbelievable.
Assistant detective.
Assistant detective.
Assistant to the detective.
I will murder you.
Oh my god.
I mean, what?
Was someone writing that down?
Anna, I want to be very clear about something. Some of the cases I have taken on in my career have been about money, about jealousy, about gross emotions. This is
Emotions are very gross.
No, yes, well, you're not wrong. But I suppose what I mean is it has been part of the baser human nature.
Do you want me to go after Dr. Gross?
No, that's not what... Perish the thought. I will be interviewing the doctor.
I will accompany you.
No,
and take
Anna, you have a task. You have a task.
I want to give this to Anna.
Oh.
I want to just suggest that maybe Anna understands that she has a task, but extracurricular tasks may still be a good idea.
Yes.
Yes, understood.
Yes.
I just want to be very clear. This is a matter of utmost importance.
And I won't follow you to meet Dr. Gross.
I understand.
Wink.
Right. This is Havisham Code, I take it. I'm from the city, you see. I'm not familiar. Understood. And they dance away.
So we'll gloss over the rest of the ball, but I would like to know if anybody has like specific thing? Like if we see it in a bit of a montage, what kind of things is your character doing? Do you stay at the ball until the end? Do you call it an early night? What kind of stuff is your major character doing? You don't have to worry about connections.
Dr. Gross is definitely not returning to the ballroom. He's waiting outside.
Like a
Waiting.
Okay.
Lavinia has returned to the ballroom and spends her time with Lucy, who they have a dance.
Aren't you happy that we love each other instead of some...
whatever this is. Yeah.
Yes, very happy.
Oh, yes.
Everything's fine in our relationship.
Everything is... There's nothing wrong at all.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Perfect.
Everything's perfect.
And
Everyone's just jealous of us.
Edward, I think, is doing his best to work the room. He's trying to figure out what everyone's connections to the good Lord Burnsby is. He will not mention anything about the evil, Burnsby's death. He's just there to make pleasant conversation and to try to figure out what everyone's connections to the Lord was.
Fantastic.
To solve the case.
Then that concludes our first novel chapter. Yay, folks!
Clap, clap, clap.
And
clap,
before
clap,
we
clap,
move
clap.
on, let's take a little bit of a bio break.
A bio break?
We need to
Yep.
do all that jazz, and we can go in shifts. So we'll start with
I
two.
can get the bot working if you want.
I'm gonna go for a bio break.
Sure.
Well, John
Jess,
does
we
a
can just hang out.
bio bot
If you want
break.
more water, I'll probably get some more water at some point and things.
All right.
But we can just,
I'll just
chat
knock
and
into
do
the
our
water, why don't I?
bonk. Whoa.
Whoa.
That's what you get when you let your heart win.
Whoa. So far so good. I always kind of forget, and I feel like this is what happened. We didn't do all of the phases of Good Society play, I know, during our last game 2.5 years ago, or whatever it was. I just, we only did, I think, two kind of we did a bunch of scenes, essentially, and made a epistolary phase. But I always forget, how much role-playing there is in a novel chapter. It's just oh man, there's all these other phases of things we have to get to, and I'm I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep role-playing at this party.
It's true.
And yes, of course, as well as Aragorn's pointing out, for the new followers and the new raiders, we have a Discord for RPG Clinic. Jump on in if you want to talk about you can talk about the game in the chat, obviously, but join our community if you'd like. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, rock on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Party on.
Party on.
Pretty ugly.
Party on, guard. Very good.
You don't see enough of those.
No. Wayne's World references? Not at
No,
all.
we
Not at all.
definitely do not. Yes. It's not really a thing.
I just want to point out, I got this fountain pen, and I've been really loving using it for this stream for the first time. It's been very fun.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Cloaky. Cloaky McGee. Yeah, there's a few, or there were a few fountain pens around the table, which was quite fancy and quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Is that one right there?
It isn't. It's a fake. It's a ballpoint.
Get out of here!
The thing is, I mean, I could probably learn to write deliberately, but I don't. I write in a very frantic, hurried, scurried way. This is all printed, and it's still kind of messy and awful. What is this? There's just dead space here and there. It's absolutely horrific.
No, down on the floor.
Yeah, mine started
Before
off
behind you.
okay and got progressively
There's a
worse.
jug.
Oh, sorry. I meant something had fallen. Oh, thank you.
Say again. Jess, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, my handwriting started off really nice and got progressively worse as we started.
As you do.
As you do.
As you do. I've almost fixed this.
Aragorn.
Because I'm that cool.
Aragorn, please. Why has it got to be like that?
John's glass. Okay,
Oh, I'm gonna drink
I've gotten
this
out of my
one.
costume though.
Oh,
I'm the worst waiter.
no. Well, the party's ended, right? The gala's over. I probably need to unscrew a couple bits and bobs. I don't know.
Oh, really? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Really?
I don't know why I'm watching you pour water. My apologies. That's the funny tea. That is true, Aragwen. I do agree with that.
Exaltswitch.com email. I need the code.
Okay. Oh.
Oh,
Does
that's
anyone
not me.
else need a bio break?
I will go and refill on. No, I'm just gonna put water in this glass.
Yes.
Why
You
not?
can both go if you want.
I'm good. I'm just gonna get some of that water.
Do you want
Oh,
very sorry.
don't bonk.
Very sorry.
Nope, totally cool.
Oh, where'd the water jug go?
That one?
Dun dun dun.
What, you mean this water jug? Thank you.
Should probably not scream into the mic, seeing as I'm right here now.
I'm curious what the chat's experience of Gothic is so far. I know, not to out you, Liz, but you were watching Jane Eyre even last night.
Yeah, I was.
to sort of like get a sense of, I guess, of tone, and like, well, not to get a sense of tone, but to like be inspired in terms of tone.
Yeah.
This channel is often like the RPGs that we play are often they're a good balance of like very sincere and very silly. I feel like we do a lot of both. And Gothic
This is
horror
still pretty funny for a goth.
I agree.
It's-
That's what I'm
I
really
should
curious.
have known within, I think, 30 seconds.
You're like, oh, shit.
We're already fucking around, but that's like,
But of course, like,
Yeah.
why? What are we gonna do
I
otherwise?
can't stop it. And I don't want to stop it.
Exactly.
This is the thing.
Hey.
Oh, dear lord.
That's a. Oh, Aragwen, so kind. Thank you.
Test.
Yep, we're good.
Yay.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
But it's
And you got some new water? Yes, there it is. I think that's yours. Yeah, perfect. Oh, well, everyone's gonna get greetings and stuff.
Knows 10,000 things.
Oh, hell!
How are you finding things so far, Scott?
Very exciting. I was telling Jess, I think you had just stepped out of the room, Liz, like, it's the same thing that happened last time with Good Society, and like, I think this is part of the fact that normally we, you know, stream games that are very like narrative focused, and as is this, and also based on the fact that we are streaming rather than just kind of sitting around a table playing, like amongst ourselves, I mean, is that the novel chapters, like, they still need to be longer. Like, it's so wild. Like, we have so much game to do, but all I want to do is just role play this ball for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Like, that's all. I don't want to do anything else.
that's it. And
But,
like,
which I know, it's good times.
I think I would one day like to do even like a 6 session.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're slowly working our way longer and longer to see, but yeah, like it definitely. But the thing is, because we only stream for 3 hours, and a cycle of play involves 2 novel chapters.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, we're not going to pause mid-cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You want a session to equal a cycle. So, yeah, it's a funny thing. But one thing I find about the resolve tokens, actually, and the fact that y'all are using it, we're all using them way more than we did
I'm
for
trying to
Good
remember.
Society, is it actually moves the scenes along, but in a good way. Because you can be like, I'd really like you to have been drinking too much and to get way too real way too fast.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all of this like being coy and stuff is gone, and you're like jumping to drama, which is kind of interesting.
I'm gonna see how many other ways that like resolve tokens will be spent to sort of try to like disadvantage other characters. Not disadvantage. That's the wrong. Yeah, I guess they're meant to like bring hardships or complications into other people's lives, right?
Yeah, drama.
Drama.
We're all
Drama.
because we're all writing this story together. You know, if you come up with an idea that's like, ooh, what's something that would be kind of fun to introduce to this story that would inconvenience Edward? Like, let me propose it. And then you still have your agency there, you know? You don't
of
have
course.
to accept it. Or you can accept
No,
it
because
with
it's
conditions.
yeah, exactly. It's a collaborative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of the Lavinia and Carl, Dr. Carl outdoor scene, and I presume we're going to be hearing more from the two of them as they talk. Ooh, maybe. I think we're going to find out.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I like that, Comfort Fenris. I think, you know, I hope we're not overacting.
Well, it's
I can't, but, like-
we were kind of talking about this, like the natural humor that comes from people taking themselves and their situations way too seriously, and because of that, there's just you have to laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
I think Jane Austen specifically does a lot of that, right? Like the protagonist is.
Jug is gone.
Oh, I have it here.
Scott's got the jug.
I got the jug. You want it?
Quit bogarting the jug, man.
Hey, is that a cravat that you're wearing?
It is now.
It is now, baby.
It's so
Yours has
good.
disappeared.
Yes, it's not very large, so it was being tied, and then I was
Are you
trying to.
like slowly choking?
No, it was just I had it tied, and then I was trying to puff it out, so it would untie, and then it would like come around to the side. You're gonna watch the thing back, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna be like a cowboy half the time. Like, just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, we don't refresh our shit just yet.
I'm gonna do some rule tweaking. But yes, we will. First, we're gonna move on to the reputation phase. And this is something that we didn't do in Good Society, but because we're playing 2 cycles, we can do it in this.
Are we playing 2 or 4 cycles?
We are playing 2 cycles.
Today.
Today is 1 cycle.
Oh, I see.
And
Yes,
next
okay,
week
total.
will be the second.
Got it.
So review what your major character did in the last novel chapter. So what have they done so far? And then determine whether you think that they should add a positive or a negative reputation tag. You don't have to, but look at your family background sheet. It gives some examples of tags. It doesn't have to be written on the tag, but like, for example, I would suggest that maybe a lot of people saw Edward dancing with a lot of different partners. Yeah. And maybe he's getting a reputation as being
A sloot.
like what's the word for player in this time period?
sloot.
What do you think?
I honestly don't know.
A gadfly?
Let's just get closer to the mic. All right. Here we
go.
Here's what I would do. Lower the mic slightly.
Yeah.
And then bring it closer to you. So that it like isn't. Yeah, there you go.
Like so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do actually agree, Liz, and thank you for bringing that to my attention, because I was like, I don't know, have I done very much? But yeah, like specifically, gain a negative tag if you acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality. A rake!
A rake. Yes.
A rake. There you go.
So I don't want to take too many negative tags, please and thank you, but I'm gonna take one.
Great.
That's all right with people.
Yep.
Yep.
I have a couple of negative tags that might. I don't think pitchforks quite yet, but I think perhaps blasphemous rumors as a negative
So
tag.
that'll be if you get 3 negative tags, because that's a reputation condition.
Oh, okay.
So if you get 3, then one of your 2 negative reputation conditions will activate.
Oh, I see.
All right, let me have a look here to see if.
Yeah.
Did I act in contravention of society's conventions? Yep. Did I act on a desire in a way that compromised my duty or morality? I don't think so. Did I act in an uncouth, low class, or vulgar manner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's. So do I gain 2 negative tags for that?
No, I would say that I would give you a reputation tag of like
Negative tag of
uncouth,
vulgar?
maybe? Or vulgar, yeah, that
Okay,
works.
there you go. I will gain vulgar.
Perfect.
So vulgar alongside my outsider.
Incredible.
I am still rich though. Shit.
Reputation? Yank.
Yeah, honestly.
Thank you, sorry.
And Jess, you already have the negative tag of strange.
Yes.
Which is pretty excellent, because I think you've gone even further in that direction. Like,
Yeah, it has to be one of the tags that's on here.
it doesn't have to be, no. Like, we invented rake for Scott.
Hello.
I'm not certain that I would appreciate the reputation of a Yankee, if I'm going to be absolutely honest with you.
Yeah.
I do indeed live south
Oh.
of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yikes.
Yeah, mid-18. Negative tags.
I was thinking. Yes, thank you. Is dangerous?
Yeah, maybe. Like, Well, 'cause
yes,
it's
Lavinia, danger, Varney.
what would most
Barney's
people
a
at the ball and at
okay.
dinner,
Okay.
having seen what you've done. So what were you doing? You were kind of speaking in fits and starts.
Yes.
You were saying things that didn't make a lot of sense. So strange definitely fits. And it also doesn't have to be a negative. It can also be a positive too.
No.
We're all gonna try to assemble.
Really? You don't
positive
think
tags next time.
worldly?
Ah, Lavinia diseased Varney, of course. As Aragorn
Cultured.
proposes. Cultured.
Consumption.
Maybe like an oversharer or like blunt or something like that. Like indiscreet.
Oh
Indiscreet
yeah, that's
is
good.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's good. Indiscreet.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that is the reputation phase. Now we move on to rumor and scandal.
Escándalo.
And this is basically giving us fodder for things that people are going to be speaking of in the next novel chapter. It doesn't have to be like your major characters certainly don't have to be talking about this, but it's things that like the guests at large might be starting to murmur and whisper. So the way we do it is we are going to start with John, and then you can decide to either start a rumor or spread an existing rumor. We don't have any rumors yet on the sheet, so it would be start. We're going to come around then to Jess, then to Scott, then to myself, and then we start again with me, Scott, Jess, John.
Okay.
I am going to start a rumor that Edward Marlowe is investigating things for his own reasons and not for that of the law. He's a rogue agent, a loose cannon. Damn it, I'll have your gun and badge.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna need your badge. And I'm gonna need your gun. Marlowe, get the hell out of here.
Investigating
The
things.
mayor's on my ass about this.
For himself and not the law.
Yes.
The law. Okay, perfect. Jess, you can choose to either spread that rumor or
Well, I don't know that Kung Fu
start a
Fenris.
new one.
I need your badge and your hat.
Oh, no.
Your body.
I'm going to start a rumor. Can I start a rumor about myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
That I really was just very ill. I guess everyone already knows that, though.
No, that's okay, because there can be people who are like, no, like, I think as odd as she was being, I really do remember she was very ill and was brought back from the brink of something.
Death, apparently.
Yeah, clearly, yeah.
And if the rumor is spread, that means that it's, like, quite widely known. So, whereas just, like, the tier 1 of rumors is kind of like a few people, maybe some quiet murmurs, but spread means, like, that's a thing.
I mean, it's more than just the people who were here at the manor.
It would more so mean that everybody at the manor would have heard the rumor
Okay.
if it's been spread.
Okay.
And would take it more seriously. Do you like that? The Lavinia was very ill?
I like how the caption says, "Do you like that buying cat food?" It seems to have fixed itself.
Okay.
Although it did correctly identify the word haberdashery.
Amazing.
Thanks, captions. We love you.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, perfect.
Let's do it.
Scott?
I would like to start a rumor that Dr. Grosch
Oh, fuck.
was drinking very vulgar American liquor at dinner. Because, well, I mean, whatever, the reason doesn't matter. That's the rumor I'm starting.
If you start telling me that my bourbon is something uncouth, then we will trade fisticuffs, you and I.
I can't wait. I've got the Robert Downey Jr. School of Fisticuffs,
I'm
which is
fucked.
slow and all your weak points.
Okay, I would like to spread the rumor that Edward Marlowe is investigating things for himself, not the law.
Dare you.
So then everyone can put a little X in the circle to the right. Oh no! Wait, sorry, you don't have that.
I've just been writing on my paper.
It's been spread. So there you go. This is on the public information sheet.
Oh no!
So that means that like quite a few people are like, "Why is he here?
Oh, God.
He's not here as an official investigator." And then for my second turn on our way back around, I like that Dr. Gross was drinking vulgar American liquor at dinner, so I would like to spread that rumor too. So more and more people are just like, oh, that flask that he had, like he was smuggling in just disgusting liquor from across the ocean.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our wine isn't good enough for you. Like,
Now it's Scott's turn.
I would like to spread the rumor. I'm gonna go down the line here. I would like to spread the rumor that Lavinia was truly ill and has come back from something harrowing.
Ooh.
That's not to tack on, just spreading that rumor.
Jess?
So all rumors have been spread.
All rumors have been
So
spread.
recreating a new one?
Yep.
Okay. I would like to start the rumor that I would like to start the rumor that the evil is a greater entity and not a person.
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Just
Yeah. That the evil is something greater than
Then a mere human.
than a mere human could. Yeah.
okay.
John.
I want to spread the rumor that Bertha is definitively has the hots for Edward.
All right.
I mean, if you want to tank your own, not marriage, betrothal, love that.
Yeah, because there's so much love there.
I'm gonna write Bertha has the hots.
For Edward. Now this is more of this is just a whisper. There are some people who saw them dancing very closely at the ball. So that is the rumor and scandal phase. Now we are in the epistolary phase, where each major character each player can send up to 2 letters. And it can be your major character that writes both or one. You can also have it sent from a connection you control to either a major character or another connection, but I would recommend a major character
Yeah,
be
for
involved in each
Do we
letter.
need to write it down, or are we just going to dictate?
You would just dictate it.
All right, I have one.
You have one?
I
Go
want to
for
write
it.
Up to 2, right?
Yeah, up to 2.
So the first one is going to be from Lucy.
And you can also, because we're all together in a manner, you can like determine the manner in which it's delivered. So is it official, like through Grable, like on a tray with a wax seal, perhaps? Or is it slipped under a door, etc.?
Oh, this is going to be a note that will be slipped into. It will be slipped into Lavinia's hand when they dance.
Love it.
And it will read simply, My darling Lavinia, know that our love can overcome anything, be it an uncouth American or the gravest of disease. My heart is eternally yours. Lucy.
All right, and if anyone else has an idea for one, go for it.
A letter to Grimsby. Grimsby?
Grable is
Grable.
the
Fuck, why-
head of the house.
I've now completely fucked up all
me
names.
too. All
I
these
should
names
have
are
made name
absolutely
cheat sheets. I'm
disastrous.
so sorry. I'll work on that.
We'll have to write that.
It's mostly just because I keep thinking Burnsby, and now everyone's got to be a Sby. Yeah, Grimsby.
Grable.
A letter to Grable, unsigned.
Ooh, okay.
ensure that everyone is locked safely away before midnight. Lives may be at stake.
Hope y'all bought lockpicking at character creation. I did not. It's not a thing.
I have no doubt that this may fail.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
a
yeah.
letter
No,
being
it's just the
sent.
letter is being sent.
A letter from Grable is circulated to all of the guests, informing them that doors will be locked at 11:45 p.m. for their own protection.
I mean, damn. I mean, obviously, Edward's like, what the hell is this? But
To
that's
which there
something-
is then a letter from Bertha to Edward being like, what do we do?
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, I guess actually.
Unsigned,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, it just says, I trust you will find a way to meet me and I will do the same.
No, clearly just find yourself in the wrong room before they get locked.
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, we're trapped in this small closet together.
A letter from Anna slipped under Marlowe's door that simply says,
Hey, baby, you up?
I am an excellent window climber.
Oh my. That's so much worse. We're in huge trouble.
I'm still gonna high five that one. I have to.
Incredible.
I mean, I think Edward's immediately like, oh, good lord. Like, looking out, like, how tall is the manor?
So much of this.
There a dead body on. Are we gonna have a dead body on our hands?
Marlo has like so many letters under his
Yeah, they're
door,
just-
too.
they're piling up, you know?
It's like, oh.
Slip it under here. Did I just hear paper scrape against paper? That must be nothing.
I would like to introduce a letter that arrived via Grable, but like delivered from the village or near wherever nearby, essentially.
Okay.
Because I realize she has yet to be introduced. Dr. Carl Gross's housekeeper, Marion Danvers, who I believe is not here
That's
at the
up to you
event.
two.
I suppose we can discuss that, but she hasn't kind of appeared yet. I think that there is a letter addressed to the doctor. It's, please make sure this goes directly to the doctor, make sure he's alone, etc. And in it, she details, in a somewhat coded way, that she's heard that his bride-to-be has been rather indiscreet. She would let him know that she's always felt that they were not necessarily equals. And that she stands by the doctor no matter what happens.
Incredible.
Classic Dan.
And that if he needs anything done, to let her know. Now, I'm not suggesting that he's going to kill someone, that she's going to kill someone, but
It's alright, this is a letter. There's no,
Sure, I don't know.
no subtext involved. Has everyone sent their two?
I've sent two.
I've only sent one.
Is there a second that you folks would like to send?
Lavinia is going to slip a letter under Dr. Gross's door that simply states, "Help me."
Oh, damn.
Fucking Gothic shit, y'all.
Love it. And I'm going to return the note to Bertha. They can't lock the chapel. Meet there. I mean, no, obviously they can very much lock the chapel, but that's the game plan.
I did establish it was tall stone arches, so I don't think there are doors on it.
It's a room. I think there are doors. Oh, I see.
Doesn't have to,
Doesn't have to be
open
doors.
concept manners, God. Come
concept.
on.
I'm going to send a raven to Edgar Allan Poe. It's not gothic enough.
Incredible. That's great. So that is the epistolary phase.
Clap.
Yay! Now we have looped around to another, novel chapter, which is this one, actually. Yodoink. So, this is where we're going to start to play a little fast and loose with time, because we know that everybody is going to be locked in their rooms at 11:45. So what your character
Or
does
outside.
at what time is really important. I'm going to propose that the next novel chapter be a visitation chapter, which means people are visiting each other. So before you have a scene, you would just propose like, oh, I think that Anna would like to have a scene with Dr. Gross, for example. And then you would kind of dictate where it would be and when, kind of thing. So this is an opportunity if there's any one-on-one time that you've been looking for. Now is the time for that.
So, yes. But mine is more like Anna is going to be snooping.
Excellent.
So I don't know.
What kind of scene are you hoping to snoop on? And then we'll see if that's
See if that's the scene, yeah.
Yeah. So they want to. They want to follow Marlowe.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Bertha.
There's
Alright.
such a little like fly on the wall.
We also know that Marlowe was hoping to speak to Dr. Gross. Is that a scene you would like to play out?
I think it's an important one. But the timing of that is very interesting because I wonder if Dr. Gross and Lavinia are going to have to be locked outside or before midnight. Or not, I don't know.
Because
Because of Lavinia's condition, you
Right,
see.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Ah, yes, consumption.
Consumption. Famously cleared by being outdoors at night, yeah.
Is Anna's last name Drew?
no, it's Winthrop. Winthrop.
Yes, but could it be Drew? Or perhaps Hardy?
Yes. How about Encyclopedia Brown? I don't know. Encyclopedia Brown.
I'll allow it.
Thanks. But yeah, I think because also Bertha and Edward wanted to meet, but perhaps that might not be a full scene. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if I understand correctly, currently the scenes that we want are Anna following Marlowe. Marlowe wants to meet with Dr. Gross.
Yeah.
Marlowe also wants to meet with Bertha.
Yeah.
Marlowe... Does Marlowe have another one?
No, that's it.
Okay. We also have Lavinia wants to meet... Well, she wants help. She didn't say that she wanted to meet yet. So that means that Gross is going to try and meet Lavinia. And Lucy wants to meet with Lavinia, but I'm going to say that maybe she doesn't get to. And that will
Perfect.
cause her to have
Feelings.
feelings.
Nice.
Everybody's got feelings.
Okay, perfect. So it sounds like the first thing will either be Dr. Gross and Lavinia or Dr. Gross and Marlowe. So what do you think is more important to happen first, folks?
How about the two of you say what time of night you would try to meet, and we'll see which one happens first.
Okay. I would say...
Wait.
Oh,
At the same
time, of course, yeah. All right.
1, 2, 3.
Like 9:30. Oh, I think that was
Oh,
you were
that
the other
was-
one. You were the other
I
person.
thought, sorry. Wait, but who?
Oh, well, so Dr. Gross has to meet. Is going to meet.
9:30 would have been earlier than Dr. Gross would try to make his way to Lavinia. So
Okay.
we'll say that you can meet
Is
with
that cool?
Marlowe
'Cause then-
and
Marlowe.
Gross first.
Yeah. All right.
It's a lot of meetings.
Whereabouts are Marlowe and Gross speaking?
At 9:30, he wouldn't necessarily be in his room yet.
Maybe like the library? Like are we indoors or are we outside?
No, we're in an old study lit with just a few flickering lamps, perhaps.
Oh, and everyone take your monologue tokens back, by the way, because I love monologues and I think you should be able to play them at any novel chapter.
The ones that were separated, these ones, means that they have to come from when this character is active, right?
Yeah, that's from the connection.
All right.
Bless you.
So I spent it correctly. It's mostly what I'm.
I did it.
It's, resolve or more.
It's the concept. Edward enters the room. He's sort of somewhat undressed from after dinner time. He's no longer sporting his hat. His hair is down.
You have a smoking
messy.
jacket on, maybe?
He has his smoking jacket on, and perhaps his shirt is a little akimbo. Just a little bit.
Still eschewing a pipe and not owning a smoking jacket.
This guy. This guy.
Dr. Gross will be still smoking away at a cigarette while fingering his way through the library books, like pulling them aside, moving across.
I wouldn't want to interrupt a man of science at study.
Well, now the point of science is to be vigilant to the facts. If you want to be a scientist, Mr. Marlowe, you need to start being a bit more forward.
And I shall. Carl, is what you said true? About Lord Burnsby? Did he tell you to look to the future? To not look back?
Now, I understand that I might have a reputation for being somewhat of a carpetbagger. But I didn't understand that I had a reputation for being a liar.
You don't. I just want to make sure I understand the actions of an acquaintance better than the actions of an old
He wasn't
associate.
old. Oh. Yes, a long-time associate, yes.
Yes.
He was terribly excited by the future, by what we might be able to accomplish. He knew how close we got. It was a damn shame that he didn't live to see it.
Carl, I'm going to say this once. If you know anything about Lord Burnsby, anything at all,
I know that he died, that he's dead and gone, and that we have to move forward from that.
you admitted that you saw him near his end.
Yes.
You know the rumors, Carl. The evil did this, people are saying. If you know that to be true or false,
Come with me. I'm going to set my brandy down a little too hard on the desk so some of it sloshes over the side. And I'm just going to walk straight towards the chapel.
I mean, like, Edward's a little excited, but he goes with.
Letting his sharp, beautiful shoes, by the way. The nouveau riche, they always buy it in that shoes.
Good shout, honestly. Good way to spend it.
Clacking across the stone floor as he walks into the chapel and he approaches the coffin directly.
Oh, I think it has been taken away to be buried.
Where? There's a lot of nip. They
On
wouldn't have
the
been able to bury it.
moors.
Yeah,
Oh, it's true. They brought it out, but the ground was too nippy
Too nip.
to dig into. So
We
they
have
had to bring
excess
it back.
nip.
You know, it is securely nailed shut. They were most keen on a closed casket wake.
They were.
However,
Do you see this?
Yes.
Wouldn't it just give you every answer if you could see inside?
I don't know what you're insinuating. This man... No one is reporting that he died of anything short of... I don't know.
Do you believe in truth over God, Mr. Marlowe?
After what I've seen, I'm not so sure anymore.
Well, let me tell you, to a scientist, God is truth. And I'm going to reach over, I'm going to snake my fingers inside the top, and I'm going to pull with all my might. And fail because it's been nailed shut.
Can I assist with this? Like, can we open it?
if you folks want to open it,
I'm going to find
as long as you're
one of
prepared
those...
for a conversation about what you.
I'm going to find one of those big-ass
Yeah.
candelabras and
Oh,
use it as
shit.
a lever to just...
Yeah.
Shall we say that it makes a sickening crunch of a noise?
Of course.
Oh, sure, I don't care.
Shall we say that maybe it's loud enough to alert someone?
I want a token back for that.
Well,
Oh, did you?
I
did
ran
you
out. I
spend
have
it?
no tokens.
Oh
Well,
yeah. Well, I
Jess has a
think
thought.
Anna might want to have heard it. Which
Hello.
I mean, what do you think?
That's fine with me.
oh boy.
Yeah, sure. I'll lever open the casket
Great.
coffin. Is it a casket or a coffin?
This would be a coffin if it's wood and nailed shut, right? Because no, wait, what did I say?
You said coffin, but I'm honestly not sure.
Is the casket the one that's just like a box, more of a box?
I think so.
A coffin is the one that is shaped, if I remember correctly. It has the burp, burp, burp.
All right, so it's a coffin.
And a casket is just straight up burp, burp, burp.
Okay, so it's a coffin.
Unless I have that backwards, but I know that that's the difference between the two.
Okay.
Whatever it is shaped wooden and was nailed shut until here we go.
Coffins are tapered at the head and foot and wide at the shoulders. Yeah.
Okay, then it should be a casket if it's higher standards of workmanship.
Okay.
Not anymore, of course.
Fancy. Yeah.
So I'll crunch that open.
I want us all to speak together about what you see in the coffin.
Like at the same
Casket.
time, just all on top of each
No.
Speak in one voice.
Because this is going to do a great deal to shape the story moving forward.
I agree.
See, now I know what I want to say, but it might. I want other people to be able to veto it.
Okay.
There's nothing in the casket.
Ooh. See, I like that.
There's
really
a weight.
like
There's
I
like
that a
weight.
lot.
There are weights in the casket in order to make it appear as if there was a body inside, but there is no body
Love it.
inside.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
I think without, being able to control himself, Edward gasps at least a little bit. Carl, what is the meaning of this? What have they done?
Well, now, you're the detective. I imagine that that's your line of work.
Now let me ask you a very important question. Does everyone need to know? Truth before God, you said.
My truth is God.
I understand.
Besides, it's not as if we're going to be able to hide this for very long. I wasn't exactly gentle.
Edward examines the edge of the casket and,
There's a creak at the door. And then it slams shut.
whirl around.
After whoever that was.
We're taking off down the hall. I'm going to grab something heavy on the way. Perhaps a candelabra.
I'm not.
Like one of those a large lit floor candelabra. Like,
Oh, I mean, that's pretty sweet.
Like one of the ones that I use to leave her up with a...
is it still lit or do you blow out the candle?
Light would be good, but I imagine running at any sort of pace will just take
So you're
the
holding
lights
it kind
out.
of like a javelin. Just sort of
No, I want to carry it forward for light, but I imagine by running that they go out
Yeah,
and
probably.
plunges some sort of corridor somewhere into darkness,
Love
which
it.
I hate.
The long yet open concept corridor
Classic.
is plunged into darkness.
Corridor open concept? Is
No,
that
I
how
was
that
being
works?
an
Okay, I
asshole.
understand.
It's marble and it's plunged into darkness.
Clack, 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 clack.
If I could remember Grable's name, I would care more. But
Yeah, no, agreed. Here's the question: Can
No more Molly for anyone. Fuck all y'alls.
Nagini!
I worked so hard.
can Edward and Dr. Gross catch whoever it was at the door?
I have no idea who it was at the door.
Well,
This is a
neither
good
do I,
question.
but-
What do we think?
Someone's at the door. Someone's at the door. Someone's at the door. Someone's at the door.
Can I... Are you spending a resolve token?
To
I'm very specifically not.
to
To catch.
try to
To
catch.
catch?
It would have to inconvenience the person. Well, I suppose being caught would probably inconvenience them. So, yes, I would.
Okay.
Because I suppose it depends on who it is who gets this, right?
Can I make the condition
Yeah.
that when you catch Anna,
You have
You're
to
alone.
kiss her.
you're alone?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, we'll split up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Split up.
So one goes down one corridor and one goes after them.
Clack, 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 clack.
I'll check the bedrooms. That's not really what I meant.
Okay, weirdo. See you later. No, I kid. I'm sorry.
no, I imagine there's like, a maze of marble corridors leading off of this chapel, and you
thunder down a gallery of portraits, all from the Burnsby ancestors, and all the eyes seem to be following you as you run along.
I'm a
Even though you've
detective.
been plunged into darkness, the eyes,
They follow you,
yeah.
And can I add something?
Yeah.
Of course.
There's like a clatter at the end of the hall near like a suit of armor. It's the helmet that's clattered to the ground and rolls.
Reaching into the pocket of his smoking jacket and just withdrawing a small revolver and a called projected whisper into the darkness. If you come out, we can talk about this. Nothing's happened that has to end in any trouble.
Oh, okay, it's me.
And the gun is immediately like put away, and now I've Chekhov's gunned it, so now shit. All right, well, someone remember that for next week, please. Smoking gun.
They both reached for their gun. The gun.
Anna, what are you doing?
I was sleuthing.
Fuck. Right? You were meant to find out what Lord Burnsby knew about the scroll, about the evil. What did you find?
Well, I thought, what better way to go than to go to his casket? And then I heard a sound, and I saw you, and then I saw nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was nothing in the casket. And I think that we should tell everyone. And I don't know. Are you really in this for just yourself? Or I'm just gonna. Yes.
Can you keep a secret? I am in it for more than just myself. The fate of this place, the fate of this nation, the fate of the world, perhaps rests on finding out what happened to Lord Burnsby.
But where is his body?
That is something we need to find out. And who has moved it? Now, I'm going to say again, Anna, if you can find out what Lord Burnsby knew of this scroll, that might make a big difference in this investigation. And do not trust Dr. Gross through the hall.
Oh, okay, I won't.
What else have you? Oh. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Someone or something got to him, to Lord Burnsby, and it did something to him that has caused so much fear that they have decided they would rather hide the body than give it a proper burial, and now his spirit will never rest.
That's horrible.
Exactly.
That's metal.
I will be speaking to the person most likely to know something of this, Grable.
You mean?
Grable, that's right. Yes, the one that goes. Ah.
Okay. I will come with you.
No, Anna. I reach out and gently take them by the shoulders, arms.
Yeah.
I want to make something very clear. I became a detective because I'm like you, excitable. I was young. I was ready to start a new chapter of my life away from my past. Detective work seemed the most exciting thing. Something that I could do to pass the time, something I could use to stimulate my intellect, something I could use to make a difference in the world.
And as your assistant, I want to help you make that difference.
It's been
1 week.
Sensor looked at me, opened up a casket, said, "I'm sorry."
Now that's comedy. It's been a long time that I've been trying to connect the dots, find out what the link is between all of the most grisly murders and mysteries that I've encountered in London, and something keeps coming back every time. It's this evil. And now it is here? And I think we're onto something.
I want to hear Anna's thoughts.
Ooh!
Does he think I'm a good detective?
Oh my god. So cute.
Stupid Anna. Be more assertive and better at sleuthing than you are. And listen. And maybe I should go with him. Oh, no, he wants me to go and find maybe the scroll. Would it be in the house? If the evil is here, then maybe the scroll is in the house. Excellent. I'm hungry.
I know this is collaborative storytelling, so I can't just make predictions about what's going to happen, but I don't think Anna's long for this world. I'm just putting it out there. That's something that we need to discuss as a group.
How many horror movies have you seen?
Enough.
How many horror movies have you seen?
Yeah, more than
Jess knows more about horror movies than most people I know.
Yeah.
And let's ask them. Is Anna gonna die?
Let's find out.
Commercial break. There's no commercial break. Keep
Final
playing.
person, for sure.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Was there anything? I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that Edward needs to make clear. No, he expressed that he got into becoming a detective to get away from his past, but he was very ooh, I don't know what happened in his past, and that it was of critical importance that they find out whether the evil is present in this house.
What's the deal with his past?
What's the deal? We must either disprove the evil or destroy it. Those are our only choices, our only options.
And then they slink away.
Slink? Amazing.
Like a slink.
Do we want to
God,
do
what have I done?
the Gross and Lavinia scene now?
Sure. I'll let you finish your notes, though.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
What time is it when
11.
11? Excellent.
It's the weirdest jumble of notes I've ever seen. Sorry.
Lavinia is in her bedroom. Perhaps there's a room that's attached to the bedroom, like a little lounge area, like somewhere you would sit and
An antechamber.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
a little sitting room.
a sitting room that's
a
attached
yeah,
to
exactly.
it. And she's
Fancy.
in there, nervously looking out the window, watching the moon get higher and higher in the sky.
And what kind of moon is Lavinia seeing?
A full moon.
Just barely visible through the excessive amounts of mist is a full moon.
She gathers her appropriate
Dressing gown?
dressing gown. Thank you.
Puts her veil back on.
You don't have to mourn the guy like this.
And opens the door a crack. Oh,
Tell me, do you think this door would hold you? He steps inside.
Well, Well, it'll be locked at 11:45.
You may want to close that door.
It's an interesting door sound.
Yeah, I don't know.
I find it a detestable habit to answer questions with a distraction. Do you think that door will hold you? Or these windows?
One can only hope.
You seem to trust a whole lot in hope.
Oh,
But the letter that was delivered to me does not exactly have a whole lot of hope in it. I'll take the help me thing and just drop it onto a desk.
Yes, well, I have to have some semblance of dignity, don't I?
Have you lost anyone recently? Anyone who died under mysterious circumstances?
My aunt.
And tell me, did your aunt die of natural causes? No. No, your aunt died screaming into the void, didn't she? But you wouldn't know for sure. You don't remember. You just know what happened afterwards. You just know that you weren't alone when you woke up the next morning. I've heard it before. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't like to tell lies.
It has been my incredible fortune to meet you. Even if we only have limited time before your next stage begins again.
Do you have something that could help? Maybe there's... I don't... Chains?
You're a weapon.
Chains.
Oh, no.
You are a weapon. And the problem with a weapon that has been left in the hands of a child is that the wrong person gets hurt. But properly armed and aimed, a weapon can do good in today's world, don't you think?
You want me to be weaponized?
I want you to understand. In time, you may learn to control what is happening to you.
I can control it?
Have you not noticed? And I'm gonna very, I don't know how stealthy I can actually do this, but pick up a chair. And then I'm going to hurl it directly at Lavinia. Your strength, and
She's gonna run out of the way.
Okay. So then the chair shatters.
Would you say that you ran away with alacrity? With a speed that perhaps
Yes.
might be untowards?
Yes.
My suggestion of the resolve token spending here is that the person nearest to this room who definitely would have heard a chair shattering is Bertha, your bride-to-be.
Oh, whatever.
Wow.
Whatever! Well, perhaps Bertha will investigate. I don't know. There you go.
You hear a not too distant slamming of a door.
Celine Dion?
And some footsteps in the corridor.
Are you mad?
Question.
Are you going to kill tonight?
No, I'm going to stay in here and everything will be fine. And you're going to help me and everything will be fine.
A frantic knocking at the door. I heard a crash. Is everyone all right?
I'm going to jump out the window and hang.
Unbelievable.
Lavinia goes to the door on the other side of it, opens it a crack.
Miss Varney.
Yes,
I
hi.
heard the most terrible noise from your room. Are you all right?
I'm very sorry, Miss Marson. I'm quite all right.
Are you sure? And she kind of tries to like look around Lavinia to see.
Lavinia is like trying to like follow her
I could have sworn I
movements.
heard a loud crashing. Some
I just fell.
furniture broken.
I fell.
Oh dear, are you hurt?
No,
This isn't the
quite.
consumption or the plague or the typhus again, is it?
No. Quite well. I'm quite well now. Good night.
Should I have Grable fetch you some tea?
Nope. All good. Very fine. Everything's normal.
Are you sure? Because I would most happily. And
No.
feel free
The
to
door
close
shuts. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Oh, well, I never. And then the footsteps go back to the. But the door does not close.
Okay.
You cannot hear the closing of the door.
Oh.
So
The other
it
door,
can be
yeah.
assumed that you at least know that she does not return to her room.
Oh.
Pull myself back up.
The willow tree.
Do you make it a habit of hiding on your betrothed?
She wouldn't understand. You are beyond now.
Beyond what?
Pull out the notebook that I've been writing in and flick back several pages. Increased strength and agility. The ability to track, now not only using your eyes, but also your olfactory senses. The knowledge that you now know how to pursue and hunt. Instincts you never knew you had boiling up inside you. Tell me if I've missed.
While he's speaking, there's a fly buzzing around the room. And at one point, Lavinia is just going to reach out and
Nice.
catch it.
Catch it out of the
So good.
air.
And then deposit it out the window to fly away. Okay, maybe, there's a few changes and, but how do you control it?
Your clothing. I see that you have selected quite a fashionable outfit for tonight. Quite lucky, in fact, that it is concealing a wound that you know others cannot see, but you still somehow feel is there. A bite.
Yes. A beast. A large beast on hind legs.
Oh God.
And now you are a beast as well. I have heard of such things. The French
Excuse me.
have called it a loup-garou. In English, we refer to it as lycanthropy.
There's no storm outside, and yet I feel like there's a sudden gust of wind that rattles the windows in that moment.
And on the night of the full moon, you no longer maintain control over this next stage.
I don't want to kill anyone again. And she starts to cry.
I'm very deliberately not going to try and comfort her. I'm so sorry.
I would love
Quite
to
all right.
hear what such a good doctor is thinking in that moment of not comforting, though.
That's all right. Tears first, results later. The evil will be destroyed, one way or the other. And if I cannot get the dynamo to work in time, then I will take whatever help I can get. As long as I can put a leash on the most vicious dog I have come to know.
I think you can hear it.
I know.
Good thing that I am even more vicious myself. I can help you. I can help you make sure that this night you will not kill those who do not deserve to die. But you must do everything I tell you. Do you understand?
Yes. And you're saying that the beast that bit me, I have now become.
It is what others have called a disease, and I believe it's a gift. A gift that you can do so much with if you are ready.
A gift.
Yes.
What do you know of gifts?
That those who had to scramble and take them for themselves do not know how little others appreciate gifts. I will return after the doors are locked.
But the door will be locked.
Did you not see how easily I managed to reach out from underneath your window?
Okay, I'm just...
And he's gonna leave.
Dear Lord.
We have a note about the background static, maybe before we start the next bit. Is there something?
I'm not certain there's much that we can do other than just try to... When I
Jess-
spoke up, it dimmed? Okay.
right.
Cool. So
Cool.
we'll stop being all quiet like.
This here conversation's gonna
No,
take
it's
place
it's
loud.
it's very much appreciated. We're debugging these new microphones that are up here, and it's probably just that we need to get a gate on them and then figure out what our limiting is and our compression. We'll figure it out.
Might I suggest wrought iron?
A gate. Okay, yes. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I got you, Liz.
Thanks.
Woof.
All right. Now, were you folks still able to hear it? Like, was it just during the pauses, or was there anything that do you need a
We
summary
can do a
of
little.
that?
We can do a sum up if we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
We'll sort of plan out the next scene. Is it midnight time?
I think it is.
All right.
At that point, it is. Yeah.
So through it. Okay. Honestly, the best thing that I can do is I will go back in the VOD, and I'll have a look at it. So this is
Yeah, about 25
2 minutes
to the end.
38.
Yeah.
So about 2:30. I'll investigate.
But yes, it's midnight. Oh, what's this? Just wanted to put the hood up, I guess.
Yeah, she's meeting you at the willow tree on the moors.
Oh, right, of course. I didn't realize that
If
was
we're
happening.
going to
My
that, but
apologies.
is there something else you would like to do beforehand?
Nope. I already thought I was gonna die. I already uncovered that a corpse was missing, and I already told off the assistant I didn't want. I'm swamped. Oh boy.
Woof. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll sort. Yeah.
So, I mean, is Edward already there when Bertha arrives?
Yeah, trying not to pace. It's like standing. I feel like, there's like a large willow tree at the edge of a small kind of pond, which would be quite idyllic during the day. I feel like it's very dark and still at night, which is probably a little distressing. Not distressing, it's probably just a little spooky.
The moon is out. It's pronounced through the fog, the mist.
Mm-hmm.
The excessive mist. When Bertha approaches, she does have a cloak on and a hood up, so she's trying to remain unnoticed as much as possible, at least. And she's looking back towards the manor distractedly.
Something is on your mind.
It's a strange... I heard a loud crashing sound from Miss Varney's room. And when I went to investigate, she was acting very odd. She claimed that everything was fine, that she just fell, but it sounded more deliberate than that.
I've known Miss Varney. She's a family friend. I've known her for many years. And yet I have not seen her for some time. But I must agree with you. Something has changed.
Perhaps a result of her illness.
I am not convinced.
Oh. Do you have theories, detective? And she does, in spite of herself, she steps a little closer, clearly intrigued.
Sure. Bertha, you can feel the pall of this place. Can you not cast over it?
She reaches out a very tentative hand and kind of grazes it against the front of his chest.
Oh my goodness.
I can feel a lot of things.
Nettlehearth. I don't know what happened here, but I need to find out.
Something is on your mind.
It is.
You can talk to me. I know not everyone feels like they can, but they can.
How did you meet Carl? Don't tell me you don't want to speak of him. We must.
Lady Mearsdale's infamous salons. He was the most brilliant mind in the room. And he was funny and charming, and I was helpless to resist. We sat talking for hours. It was good at the beginning. And then his work just started to become all-encompassing. And he wouldn't talk to me about it, and I tried to help. I tried to ease his burdens, and he just shut more of his heart away. Because his mind and his heart are one, I believe.
Miss Marson, what is he hiding from you?
If I knew, I think I would be a much happier woman. But I fear it is something very dreadful.
I fear the same. I do not trust him. I don't trust his intentions. I believe what he and Lord Burnsby were trying to do... Thank you, Aragorn. I believe what he and Lord Burnsby were trying to do together. I don't believe it is for the good of all. I think he believes that it is, but it is not.
Do you think he could be hurting someone with it?
I have a feeling that he would say...
That the ends justify the means.
Exactly.
Where have I heard that before?
Edward reaches out and grasps Bertha's hands.
She holds on tight.
I beg you, break off your engagement with him. He is a madman.
And what will happen to me then?
You will return to the salons, perhaps. Or...
What if I've already found what I think I'm looking for?
He turns and his hair, maybe, I don't know. Oh, yeah.
I want a more overt gesture of...
Oh, you'll get one. I will accept it, however.
Escándalo. Edward turns and looks out over this sort of pond and into the moors beyond, wreathed as they are in fog and
So
and
much
on.
fog.
Of course, yeah. What could you have found in this damned place?
She reaches out her hand again and lays it on his cheek, if he lets her,
Yeah.
and turns his face back to face her. She meets his gaze. Love. I think I've found love. She's gonna lean in to kiss him.
He will return the kiss on this edge of the pond.
Don't have to pay for that one.
That's right. It is a passionate, almost desperate kiss, like she's been just yearning for some kind of connection.
Absolutely. Escándalo.
Next, you're going to tell me I can see her ankle.
Yeah.
Both.
The petticoat, 6 inches deep in mud. Oh my god.
That's probably where I would leave. I think that's where I would kind of leave that moment. But like,
She
I
would
wanna...
try to escalate.
Oh my god.
Basically, as far as he'd be willing to.
Yeah, I think Edward is definitely surprised, but game is not the right word because that feels like, yeah, sure, like, okay, let's do it. He's
Overcome.
Yeah, he's overcome with passion for this person that he doesn't know very well yet. And yet, perhaps there is a ulterior motive, and he knows that that's one way of getting closer to Dr. Gross and to the truth is maybe getting closer to Bertha. Perhaps. So perhaps there is. I know. Well, I'm not saying there isn't sincerity and passion, but I am saying that maybe.
But I am saying there's more than.
I'm saying there's like some calculation in his mind as well.
Lust and lycanthropy.
Oh yeah.
All right, and so after their rendezvous is complete at the willow tree, does he return to his room?
Oh wait, are they doing it like outside by the willow tree?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
It's much more scandalous than I was
Your grandmother's Austin.
I mean, I'm just... I think that there's only so much that you can do, but that certainly could drive back the nip.
Yeah.
I brought a hot toddy in this thermos. I don't know. Yes, he would return to his room to...
It is nippy.
He would return to his room to collect his thoughts, catch his breath perhaps, and try to make sense of everything that he's seen and heard. Question,
Yeah.
because this is potentially important. We're staying the weekend.
Yes.
Does that mean we would theoretically be staying another night, or is it this is the night that we're staying?
So I'm thinking that it is
agree,
the
Erica.
one night.
Okay.
But that could change depending on events of the next day.
I have lots of leftover Molly.
Plenty of room for everyone.
No. Okay. So then that would be the plan.
Yeah.
Is returning, trying to make sense of everything that he's seen and starting to scribble furiously to try to make connections between the various elements of the party. But he's definitely keeping an eye out the window for anyone exiting the grounds.
So you're writing in your notebook like, corpse isn't found, doctor acting strange, I got laid.
Went all the way.
Circle, question mark, points at Dr. Gross, connection, question mark, points to the corpse, how is this going to...
So in that
But
case, if folks are okay with it, we will wrap up the novel chapter.
Yep.
So I would like to move on to the. See, there is another rumor phase, but because it was a visitation, unless you think that your character's actions during the visitations would have created more rumors, we can skip this one.
I mean, I sure hope mine didn't, but that's that's on me.
Unlock the door and you risk your life.
Okay.
Because of the crash that we heard earlier.
Ah, yeah. What a night for everybody.
Skrillex just showed up. This party's just getting started. Oh shit!
Grable, what a badass. No, I wouldn't. I would spread that rumor, but
You
like
can
I'm not
spread-
sure if I can't. Like,
Spread
not sure
that
if I
rumor.
can.
It's
Okay,
all good.
then I would.
Great.
keep
There
people safe,
are
you know.
other rumors that haven't been spread. The evil is a greater entity, not a human, and Bertha has the hots for Edward.
I think we can spread that fucking rumor.
We want to spread that rumor?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect.
No, I'm at
Alright.
the center of this. Oh man.
We are into the second epistolary phase. Anyone have any letters that they would intend to deliver overnight? Because we are going to pick up next session and next cycle with the next morning.
Oh boy.
I'm going to send... Sorry. Carl Gross will send a letter to Bertha.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, do not unlock the door. It is for your own sake. My darling.
Oh, you can even hear it in the writing. That's impressive. No.
I will strive to protect you.
Yeesh.
Okay.
And that's delivered, you said, under her door?
Yeah.
Cool.
They think it's slightly different, like he added it later. Yeah. It's like a different color.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
God,
Well, I better say darling or something.
darling, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yours, sincerely yours. Yeah, sorry.
Lavinia is also going to send a similar letter to Lucy.
Nice.
Lucy's going to write in her diary,
Your diary.
why won't she come home?
Oh.
No.
I feel like Edward would leave a brief note under Anna's door as well. I'm just trying to think of the contents of that.
Fuck off.
Yeah. This is what I want to do. Getting closer to the truth. Tonight is the perfect time to explore Lord. I want to say Bigsby. That's wrong. Bursby. Who the hell is? Yeah. Anyway.
Bartleby.
Lord
Incredible.
Barnabas.
Tonight is the perfect time to explore his personal effects. Report back tomorrow morning with what you found. Semicolon. I will do the same.
Okay.
And then DETEM.
Anyone else? Jess. Any other letters?
Yes. Lavinia is going to send a letter to Marlowe.
He's got so many.
No,
Stack it up. No.
It's-
Hey, baby, you up?
And I know what this manner's all about. So.
no, I don't think I have another.
Well,
Actually,
it's gone.
I just want to reinforce Marion's letter from the first time. Like, I don't think Marion would send another letter that night to be like, "Did you get my first? Please respond." You know, like, but just to.
Snake? Snake!
But just to like reinforce that first letter, I suppose, that Marion, I think given the events of what we just saw, perhaps Dr. Gross is looking over that letter again, like, you know what I mean? It's playing over, the camera's playing over it, and just seeing, you know, like, your betrothed is, or sorry, Miss Marson cannot be trusted. Only I truly respect you and your work. Whatever needs to be done, I will do it.
So I have a proposition for a letter.
Yes, 1,000 times.
Oh yes.
The letter says simply, I don't love you anymore. And it is found clutched in a hand of someone who is no longer living. Someone is found on the moors. It is Bertha.
Oh, fucking
Oh,
yeah.
This is what I'm pitching. Whoop.
yeah. Oh no.
And this will be the next morning.
Oh no.
All I'm hearing is bachelor lifestyle.
Yeah, man, I got lucky just last night.
Oh no.
Idwid, the kiss of death.
Do you think she'd be interested in someone like me?
Shit.
All right, well, in that
Oh
case,
my gosh.
that is the end of cycle 1 and session
Clap,
1.
clap, clap.
Wow, clap, clap, clap is correct. Yay!
Whee!
And that's quite dramatic. Like, I feel like, you know, a lot happened. It's good. A lot of mystery.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I guess that's kind of what I expected and wanted, but there was a lot of, like, you know, whispered conversations about, like, dark desires, you know, and things like that, which is great. Excellent.
So spooky.
Well, you'll get the chance to watch this to the end of the story next week.
Indeed. We are back next week at 1700 Eastern with the second half / conclusion of Gothic Society.
This is the most dense, like, Gothic novella ever
know.
written. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, good
Yay.
job.
Clap, clap,
Yeah,
clap,
well,
clap,
well,
clap, 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 clap.
Facilitated, that's the
Thank
verb. Yeah, exactly.
And we'll investigate the audio.
Yeah, we will look into the audio. Thank you so much, everyone who provided feedback on that.
Yep. But now we have timestamps, so I can go back and check.
Indeed. Do you folks want to, is there anything that you learned or that surprised you from this session, either about your major characters or something that you as a player discovered?
Yeah. I chose my tags in character creation, as you do, right? You kind of choose like a background and like what you do and what your desire is and so on and so forth. There's like a whole process that we did off stream. But I just want to share with the chat that my tags were capable but aloof. And I feel like neither of those have really held up at all. Like I shouldn't say that because I don't want to undermine.
You've been capable.
Yeah, I don't want to undermine the play at all. It's just like aloof is very much not what's happened here, and perhaps it's just getting sucked into the passions of other people that like whisked him away. But I learned that the character was much further. It was much more than I had originally kind of proposed for myself. Yeah, that's what I learned.
Oh.
Exactly, Erwin.
So I would say that something that I found quite interesting was how I didn't feel like our moments of laughter were moments of an expression of discomfort. You'll see that a lot, that people will be like, oh, well, I'm uncomfortable, so I'll crack a joke, and we'll all have a moment where we'll be like, ah, ha, 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 and then, you know, I guess we'll get back to being uncomfortable again. But I felt like we were vacillating between, like, you know, the serious, what the hell's going on here, and us and our... I kind of like the balance that got struck here, because it means that in the second half, I have the feeling like things are going to get darker, things are going to get deeper, but that I'm glad also that I even have the cards here in front of me, because if we are joking around and laughing, I think that's good, like pressure valve releasing, all that. but I also want to make sure that we aren't joking at the wrong times,
Yeah.
or that we're joking to hide something else.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just knowing that the cards were there and knowing that we were delving into different topics and introducing things, that paired with the session 0 was just perfect.
Yeah.
Does Good Society pitch safety cards within the game
Yeah,
itself?
they have an X card.
An X card, okay.
Yeah.
So similar kind of concept, I think. Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know. Thoughts, feelings?
Yeah.
Jess?
Thoughts, Jess?
Yeah, I learned a couple things about Lavinia's character that I didn't expect as well. But I don't want to say too much about that.
But
For mystery reasons.
For surprises.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, exciting.
That's cool. I like that.
I was very skeptical going into it because the elements of the evil antagonist, the evil, are introduced in Gothic Society, and they basically say, yeah, everybody answers a few questions about the evil antagonist, but it's all very vague. Don't go into too many details. You'll flesh it out in play. And I was like, how are we gonna do that? Like, how are we gonna create this evil? But like, even things like the casket is empty. Or the idea that like Marlowe has been investigating for a while and like the scientist has been working on something, like it's adding so much to the atmosphere even though it's not concrete, and I think that actually makes it cooler in a way. So I'm pleasantly surprised by that.
And I'm like, I have to say that I'm not of course I'm not sure what's going to happen next week in part 2 of this, but I'm very curious to see if we decide that the story is insular, like it just encompasses these people, or if part of the story that we're going to tell and finish is going to be larger than the people in the story. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I honestly don't. It could go either way.
Yeah.
There's a question of time for sure, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to be like, oh, it's just these people, or if it's like, no, it's something bigger than either of them.
Well, with that, we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to thank all 3 of you for being so game to undertake this new setting, new tone, new everything. Thank you so much to our moderators, Aragorn and Kung Fu Fenris. And thank you to all of you for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you next week. We have some streams coming along the pipeline this week. But
they're a little unusual.
They're a little unusual.
I'm not streaming on Tuesday.
There's no Tuesday.
Right?
I might steal Tuesday. I may also stream Wednesday. Maybe Thursday?
Oh my god.
Who knows?
John!
It'll depend, because I may stream to try to debug audio, but we'll see. I also want to thank our butler. That was pretty sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Huge shout out
She's
to
butthole.
Kate.
And for the overlays, and for the bot,
Yeah,
and
very
for
much
the
so.
No.
creative.
I won't be streaming tomorrow, though. Tomorrow I'm picking up a very special package. Hopefully you'll be able to see what's in that package soon.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I know.
You can
Now I
drop
know.
some shit.
Mystery. What up?
I'm probably gonna stream on Friday. Just have to decide what.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'll be back in time.
Right, exactly.
We'll see.
But we will be back here on Sunday in any case.
Woo!
Looking forward to seeing all of you.
Well,
Keep
you again
wandering
next
them
Goodbye.
mysteries. Bye.
bye.